Fuck it, Marathon.
I used to dream of being the champion of Parkour Civilization, but now I am. And I got to admit, being the champion is pretty awesome. Since I'm the best at parkour,
I'll have
I
to
make
pause
the
when my
rules
food
of
arrives.
Parkour Civilization. When I was at the bottom level, I always thought that parkouring to the top would lead to a better life. But now under my rule, people can actually live that better life.
You know what, Evbo? You are so humble. I bet it's no coincidence that everything in Parkour Civilization is now Evbo themed.
Okay, I'll admit the FBO theme was intentional, but let's be honest, you would totally do the same if you were the
Well, they
champion.
made everything
I mean,
green.
I don't know if that will ever happen.
Oh, you think that's funny? Let's parkour battle right now and see who wins. I can't wait to be the new champion.
Okay, come on, let's be real here. You versus me? I mean, you do remember our last battle, right? I mean, oh, that was rough.
I think you're just scared because you don't practice parkour anymore.
All right, if you think you can
Oh, he's
out-parkour
getting
me, let's go
old.
for a battle. Honestly, you might be right. I don't even think I'm that good anymore. Whoa, was that a 3-block jump with a 360? No way I can do that again, right? Anyways, you still want to battle?
Oh, no, fine. All right, you're still the
Damn.
best.
We all make mistakes. It's okay. Like I said, being the best in Parkour Civilization is kind of awesome. Not only did I save the world, but now I have the power to change things
But
for
you
the
still have to
better.
parkour
Since I
everywhere.
defeated the evil champion, I undid all of the corrupt rules that destroyed Parkour Civilization, and now life is totally different. So, this is how it works now in my civilization. Every new player spawns at the bottom level of Parkour Civilization as a parkour noob. There, they will learn how life works in Parkour Civilization and probably fail their first jumps. But even if they do, it's okay because they'll just spawn right back
There's no
inside
more
the parkour
prison.
temple. Once a noob gets more experienced in parkour, they can attempt the course to rank up to try to get to the next level of Parkour Civilization. And yes, I made sure this course was actually possible and not some evil way to make sure that people never ranked up. If a noob completes the course, they get their iron boots and they become a parkour pro. Now, they're on the second level of Parkour Civilization, and the jumps are harder than the bottom level. As a pro, if you miss a single jump, you'll fall back down to the noob level and you'll lose your rank. The only way to get back up is to do the course again. But if you can handle all of the
Oh.
jumts at the pro level,
Yeah,
you
there
can
was a
try to
prison
make
in
the
the
course to
original
go even
one,
higher
yeah.
in Parkour
The evil
Civilization.
one.
The course to rank up is impossibly hard, and if you miss one jump, you'll die and lose your rank. But if somehow you succeed, you get your gold boots and you rank up to become a parkour master. Only the best players in Parkour Civilization can survive the difficulty of jumps up here. But it doesn't stop there because the only goal in Parkour Civilization is to make it to the top, to become the champion. There's only one champion, and the only way to become one is to beat the champion in a parkour battle. Which is me again. Man, I can't stop saying it. But I even changed the rules for myself, so if I miss a single jump and I die, I'll rank down and become a parkour master again.
Oh.
And to be honest, I still haven't figured out who would be the next champion after me if that ever happened.
That's
but
true.
I'm not really worried about that. I mean, when's
Uh-oh.
the last time I've missed a jump? No! Please! Oh, okay, I'm gonna pretend I almost didn't just lose everything I worked for. You see, I could have just used my Totem of Undying and been fine, but as the champion, things are a little different. I mean, I got a reputation to maintain. I can't have people going around thinking I can't make a water bucket. But speaking of reputation, so much of my time has been spent trying to rebuild Parkour City for the better. Now, life works a lot differently as a
It does look
parkour
nice.
master. The first big change I made was to the parkour bank. When I was a master, you could only get blocks if you completed daily tasks. But after seeing what life was like back in the old days, I decided to make blocks free again. Now, parkour masters can get as many blocks as they want, and they don't have to do daily tasks. I even updated the second floor to the parkour bank. Masters can now get whatever they need to build the hardest jumps in Parkour Civilization. But the biggest change was bringing back Totems of Undying. Totems are free, but
Unlimited.
you're only allowed to have one at a time. I didn't want people grabbing like 20 of these and living forever and never ranking down, so one is the max. The next change I made was to the food supply. When I was a master, you had to build your own jumps to get food, and I was not a fan of that system because I almost starved because of it. So getting food is now different as a
You're just gonna
parkour
do a hard
master.
jump.
Now you have to do 2 4-block jumps if you want to get food. Every day, masters can make these jumps to get 3 golden carrots. Or if you're like me and you're the parkour champion, you never lose hunger, so no need to do these jumps. Alright, well, I guess some parkour pros about to be eating good today. And of course, even if you do get the food, you still have to make the 2 4-block jumps to get back. Now, on to the part that I don't really have figured out yet, and that's buying skyscrapers. When I was a master, I did
Oh,
two
true.
360s to buy a skyscraper, so I kind of like the idea of building a jump to buy a house. But the problem is that there are no more daily tasks, so I don't know who's gonna sell the houses. Okay,
No
I
one's
don't
doing
have
any
everything
jobs
figured out yet,
anymore.
but this is my favorite part of Parkour City, the new Parkour Arena. Being a noob or being a pro is just about building your parkour skills, but becoming a master is when you actually have to learn how to fight with parkour. And this is the new place to do it. Up here, masters have everything they need to challenge each other to parkour battles. They can battle for fun, or they can battle to the death. I haven't really figured out if I should set a rule on that. But anyways, this is also the place that masters go to if they want to challenge me to become the parkour champion. But I
Oh.
probably gotta change some things because I was not ready for the first day. Alright, well, parkour battles are open to the public. Oh, look at that, I already got some
The
challengers.
shopkeeper.
Wait, how many? Bro, what? How many people
What?
want to
So
challenge
many?
me? I realized that masters usually never saw the parkour champion, so this was new to them.
Hello, Champion Evbo. I can't wait to die in this parkour battle.
Oh yeah, good luck to you too. Wait, what?
What?
Alright, let's do this. Parkour battle starts now.
Wait. Can you please attack me with a 360 jump?
You want me to attack you with a 360?
Yes, please.
Okay, I guess I can do that. Bro, what is going on? Can this guy do a 360? Alright, I'm attacking you with a 3-block 360 jump.
No way, you actually did the 360.
Hello?
I am so confused. What is this
Well,
parkour battle?
I
Wait, you
Raven.
didn't even try it.
I know. I get to die by the Champion Evbo's 360. This is the best day ever.
You wanted to?
What?
Oh, shoot. Okay, this is so weird. If this is how all of the challenges are gonna go, I need to make some new rules on parkour battles. Overall, it's safe to say that things are going great in Parkour Civilization. People are now free, and life is what it should be like. But even though things are going so well, there's still one small thing I haven't been able to wrap my head around. At the edge of Parkour Civilization, there's a bridge that
What's
leads
that?
to nowhere. My friend who found this said that this wasn't here before,
What?
meaning that whatever or whoever made this must have done it recently. The thing is that no one knows what's outside of Parkour Civilization. Once you reach the edge, the jumps just stop, and there's nowhere left to go. So far, my friend and I haven't figured out anything new, except for now. All right, man, what's going on?
This is strange. Something's stopping me from building the bridge even further. But this is where it gets weird. I tried throwing blocks and they just disappear.
My friend was right. He gave me a block to throw, and when I threw it, it just disappeared instead of falling. It's like there's something here, something that I
you doing,
can't see.
Raven?
All right,
Hi.
well, looks like there's nothing left for us to do. I gotta go visit the old man. I said I'd visit him like a long time ago, and I never did. Before we found the bridge at the edge of Parkour Civilization, the old man said he needed to tell me something that he should have told me a long time ago. But I just got so busy with champion stuff and trying to change the entire rules of society and whatnot, and I forgot to come down here.
Oh,
All
he
right, old
built his
man,
house
ready
back.
for your store. And of course he's gone. Bro, why does this guy always disappear when I need him? I need to put like a tracker on him or something. I looked around the neighborhood and I had no clue where he went until I finally saw the old
Oh,
man just standing in the
old
distance.
man.
Oh, that's a relief. I thought he was trying to pull another jump in the void move on me. Can you at least leave a sign or something when you go places so I can find you? Wait, what? Why are you taking damage? What's going on?
FBO, you made it. Quick, I don't have much time. I'm old and I'm dying, but I needed
dying.
you to hear this.
No. This can't be happening. Why didn't you say anything? I could have done something. I don't get it. You know I have the command blocks. We could have found you a cure.
There is no cure for old age, my boy.
No cure
It is
for
not
old
my
age.
destiny to live on, but it is your destiny to keep going and to save Parkour Civilization once more. I should have told you sooner about the fifth layer of
Parkour
Parkour
Hospital?
Civilization, but it is too late. I fear that
The
evil
what?
is returning.
The fifth layer of Parkour Civilization?
Beyond the edge, you'll find it. If this evil returns, Parkour Civilization will be destroyed.
That's where the bridge leads to? Another level of Parkour Civilization.
My time is here, Evbo. I need you to
My
end my
God.
suffering with a parkour battle.
No, that's not fair. You can't ask me to do that.
I'm not
He's
asking
giving him
Evbo.
mercy.
I need this, please.
I never would have thought this was what it would come to. But the old man gave me no choice, and I had to honor his word.
Thank you, Evbo, for everything. You are and always will be a better champion than I ever was. I hope to be with the parkour god now.
And just like
Rest in
that,
peace,
the old
old
man,
man.
my mentor, and my friend was gone. Without him, I would have never become the champion of Parkour Civilization. And now there's a new evil that I'll have to face alone without the help of the old man. But he trusted me. He knew that I was the only one capable of saving Parkour Civilization. So now wasn't the time to stop.
Godspeed, old
Now
man.
was time to honor the old man's legacy by finding this lost civilization and getting rid of this evil before it destroys all of Parkour Civilization. Alright, well, this is it. Somewhere beyond this bridge is the lost civilization. And I think we both know that the only way I can get there is to just jump. Look, I don't know what's gonna be on the other side, but if anything happens, I trust you with Parkour Civilization.
Oh,
Just make sure you
no.
get better at 360s while I'm gone.
We'll both be doing 360s once we make it back together. See you on the other side.
No, no,
Oh
no,
my
wait! But before I could stop him, my friend jumped off the end of the bridge and he just disappeared in thin air. Of course he did that. Alright, well, I guess this is now not a solo mission. I have no way of knowing what lies beyond the bridge, and there's a very real chance that I never see Parkour Civilization ever again. But I spent my life fighting to save Parkour Civilization, and if there's an evil out there that threatens to destroy the world, then I'm gonna fight again. At the very least, I owe it to the old man to try.
And that's why I'm gonna pause it for a moment. Because that's too good of a spot to pause it. My food's about to arrive in a second. No, wait. I'm giving everyone here a bathroom break. I'm gonna go grab my food. And I'll be back in a second and we'll continue. But take this moment to go have yourselves a bathroom break as well. And grab blankets and snacks, whatever you need. And I'll be back in a moment. And I'll show food when I get back. One sec. I'm back. Hello. Man, I have food. I have food. Are you ready to see beyond the boundary? I'm gonna take my jacket off, though I'm a little warm now. Okay. I have food. I don't know how to say the name of this thing again. I have gozlami, or whatever it's called. Let me open the image of it. Thingy with spinach, cheese, and chicken, and I'm dipping it in some hummus that I had at home. And that is my food. I didn't open that for very long. This is what it looks like. It's good. I'm gonna dip it in hummus and I'm gonna eat it. Okay.
Okay, time
Resuming.
to find out if I can parkour on water. Yep, I
What?
knew this was such a bad idea. Okay, I'm still
What?
alive for now. Alright, just one jump at a time. I only have to
Hey,
do
you
like
never got the barrier box.
5 more of those, of course. Yep, I'm not making it back to Parkour Civilization. In all my time in Parkour Civilization, I've never heard of water parkour. But you know what they say? The first time to try is when you're floating over the void in a civilization that you never knew existed. The worst part is that I don't even know if I have a way back to Parkour Civilization. Things were going great as the champion of Parkour Civilization, but of course, all good things come to an end. Someone made a bridge at the edge of the world that leads to a new civilization, and the old man
pretty
told
good.
me that there's an evil here that could destroy Parkour Civilization. The old man believed that I could be the one to save the world again, and if that meant jumping off a bridge at the edge of the world, then so be it. After
Oh, and I had to end it because I have to take a test for celiac disease. Because I think it actually might be that. So I have to continue to eat like gluten and stuff. I'm actually gonna be taking the test probably next week to see if I'm like, you know, gluten intolerant.
jumping, I was
But,
teleported
like,
to this
extreme
new
level.
civilization with one problem. My friend was gone. I don't know what happened to him or if he's even alive still. But all I know is that I'm stuck in a lost civilization doing the scariest parkour I've ever done. Okay, that was way too close. If I ever make it back to Parkour Civilization, I'm adding water jumps to practice. Alright, well, now what to do? I looked around and saw nothing. No sign of life, no sign of my friend. All I could do now was just parkour. So this was supposed to be the 5th layer of Parkour Civilization. Everywhere I looked was a 3-block jump, which is the
Damn.
same as it is on the master level. But that's when I saw something in the distance. Structures
city!
made out of blocks that I've never seen before. The old man was telling the truth. There is a civilization out here. But how did they get this far away from
No
Parkour
way.
Civilization? And why are they here? Man, imagine how easy my life would be if someone just made a Parkour Civilization history book. I could have just read about this place, and I wouldn't have had to risk my life coming coming here, but no one likes to write anything down, and everyone likes to keep secrets, which makes my life so much harder.
Oh,
Whatever.
sandstone.
I guess what I said before really is true. Parkour is used for everything in life. You make jumps to buy a house, you make jumps to get food, but more importantly, you make jumps to know the truth. So now the question is, how many more jumps do I have to make to figure out the truth about this place? From what I saw, it looked like all of the houses on this level were abandoned. That was until they weren't. On the other side of the house, someone came out of the room. It was a
my God.
parkour pro. People were actually alive in this civilization. But when the person came closer, I realized that this wasn't a pro at all. Oh, let's go. You don't know how happy I am to see someone here. Can you please explain to me where we are and who you are? You have chain boots.
If you seek to know answers, you must beat me in a parkour
Stop
battle.
it.
Ah, see, this is what I'm talking about. People can't just say anything
Always
without doing
battles.
parkour. All right, let's battle. I watched as the person in chain boots built quite a long parkour combo for his first attack. Whoever these people were knew how to fight.
You must build the jumps.
No,
I
we're
have
watching
built.
Parkour
The
Civilization.
Parkour battle will start and end on this block.
The battle will start
What?
and end on this block? What is going on? All right, well, he said to build the jumps that he just built, so I guess I'll start with that. I don't know if I should feel bad for him. I don't know if these people out here know that I'm the parkour champion. But if I got to destroy someone in a parkour battle for some answers, I got no problem hitting them with the classic F-Bow 360s. All right, I built all the jumps you did, so how is this gonna work? Are you gonna attack first, or do you want me to attack first?
Are you ready to battle?
I mean, yeah, I've been standing here. You can go first if you want. I don't care. I watched as the guy in chain boots did a 6-jump parkour combo for his first attack. All right, seems easy enough. Time for my
You
turn.
lost, parkour champion. We will return.
It's
and
a
have
race!
our revenge.
He knows who I am. Something was wrong. I pulled out my totem of undying, and just as I did, I got hit with an attack
was a
that would have
race.
killed me. Whatever this parkour battle was something I didn't know how to defend against. I had to get
It was
out
a
of
race,
here.
I
If
think.
that person battles me again, I don't know if I can survive another attack. I don't even know what he hit me with. How did that attack do 10 hearts? And I couldn't even counter with an attack of my own. This is bad. This is so bad. My totem of undying is gone. If I lose another parkour battle, or if I miss a single jump, it's over. I have no second chances, which means I'm gonna have to do what I do best and parkour to survive. Within a few seconds, the guy in chain boots was
Oh my
gonna
God.
see me, but I had a plan. I couldn't run. I had to fight back. Right when the guy came around the corner, I placed down 2 blocks and attacked him with a 3-block 360. From everything I know about parkour battles, he had no choice but to accept the challenge. But if this guy knows something I don't, then I just made a huge mistake. Luckily, it looked like he was forced to battle me.
You have only bought yourself time, champion. We will return.
I watched as the person attempted the 360,
No one can do
but
a
they missed it.
360!
Okay, I am very thankful that 360s don't exist out here. I might have gotten lucky in this first parkour battle, but now that I know that there's an entire civilization
Why is
that wants
360
revenge on
impossible
the
for
parkour
everyone but
champion,
him?
I think it's safe to say that I am nowhere close to being safe. The only thing I know now is that no one should be living in this house anymore, so I should be safe here.
Oh man, am I happy to see you.
And just when I thought I caught
Huh?
a break, I heard a voice. And it was the voice of someone I thought I got rid of a long time ago. I slowly turned around to see someone standing right behind me.
I
No way.
thought I was gonna be stuck in here alone forever, but now you're here.
Before anything could happen, I set up a 3-block diagonal jump to get ready to attack with.
Whoa, 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 bro, chill. I'm not looking for a fight. I'm just trying to survive like you. You can relax.
Seiwat made his way closer to me, and I realized he wasn't wearing gold boots anymore. He was wearing chain boots as well. Hold on, what is going on? How are you here?
Pretty crazy, right? An entire level of parkour civilization that we didn't even know existed. It's really cool, but we're kind of stuck here, so I guess that's not so cool.
Okay, yeah, I've gotten
How'd
that by
they
now.
find
I have
it?
eyes of my own, but how did you get here?
Well, I made the bridge, which I'm guessing you
He
found.
made the
After you
bridge!
became champion, I knew I had to run. I had nowhere to hide, but the only chance of survival I had was the rumor that there was a lost civilization somewhere beyond the edge. And as it turns out, it was much more than just a rumor. So, since you ruined parkour civilization,
No
you
way.
mean saved it from you maniacs?
yeah, whatever. I thought I'd start a new life here, but that's when I realized everyone in this level is crazy and wants to destroy parkour civilization along with everyone in it, which includes me. So yeah, I could probably use your help here.
Seiwat can't be trusted, and if I decide not to attack him, I might be making a huge mistake. Why would I trust you now, after all that you've done?
Bro, I don't have any more blocks to attack you with. Besides, we need each other if we're gonna survive and make it out alive.
Ah, fine. This is gonna be a
Wait,
huge
what happened to his
mistake.
other friend that
Okay,
jumped
so fill me in.
too?
What exactly is this place? What was the 5th layer of parkour civilization?
I don't know. They were some kind of fighters. Here, you should put these on so you don't stand out.
Really? You think I'm gonna fall for that? You want me to take off my champion boots?
What do you think I'm gonna do? Steal them from your inventory? That's not even possible. I'm just trying to help you hide.
Okay, that's a valid point. I'll give it to you. Man, I hate it when the villains make sense. I took off my champion boots and I put on my new pair of chain boots. I don't even know if this is gonna work, but if it helps me avoid at least one more parkour battle against one of these fighters, then I'm all for it. I followed Seiwat until we arrived at what he wanted to show me, and we were standing in
What is
front
that?
of the parkour temple. But this one was different. The entire thing was in ruins. Seiwat said this entire level used to exist in parkour civilization, but somehow it was erased and removed from history like it never even
level
happened.
was this?
The worst part is that everyone that was on this level of civilization when it was erased got trapped here with no way back. The question now is,
What?
how was an entire level of parkour civilization erased, and why? I didn't want to believe it, but the evidence was right in front of me. Inside this parkour temple, there was a statue that indicates that there
Who
was a
erased
5th
it?
level of
The old
civilization.
guy.
Okay, this is a lot to wrap my head around. So back then, there was a rank between being a pro and being a master. And as far as I can tell, these people know how to fight. Maybe a little too well, to be honest. Seiwat started to make the climb to get up to the top of the parkour temple. Back when this level was in parkour civilization, this is the course you would have to do to actually become a parkour master. The course to make it to the top was starting to fade away, but if you're good enough at parkour, you can still make it. Of course, it was no problem for me being the champion. Okay, that was actually kind of close. All right,
brag.
let's see what it looks like in here. Whoa, this was not what I was expecting it to look like. Inside the temple was the place where you would rank up if you were on this level of civilization. Seiwat started telling me that there's something in this temple that the people living on this civilization want. The problem is that they haven't been able to get it because the door is locked. He said that this course is different from all of the others. He said it wasn't just about making the parkour jumps to get up to the top, but it was about winning the parkour battles. Apparently, the only way to rank up and get that door open is to win 4 parkour battles in a row. But these parkour battles weren't just fought against anybody. They were fought against parkour legends. Each of these 4 battles was fought
Legends?
against a parkour legend who has spent their entire life mastering a specific type of parkour. But Seiwat said these legends don't just show up. He said that there are 4 discs, and each disc summons a parkour legend. Only by getting all 4, you can make it to the top and open the door. Okay, let me get this straight. So there are 4 discs, each disc summons a parkour legend, and you have to
I
beat
feel like
all 4
opening
in
the
a row
door
in
is
order
not a
to get the
good
door
thing.
open, and the people on this civilization want something behind the door. So I guess this is the part where you tell me I need to stop them from getting the door open?
Actually, the opposite. I think they want something that will let them escape. So we need to get the discs first and get out of here before they do.
Okay, so we just gotta
No,
find the
you're
disc
gonna do
before
it
these
for
people do,
them.
and we can get out of here before they destroy the world. I might be the best player in the world at parkour, but that doesn't mean I'm not worried about the journey ahead. I mean, the people in this civilization have been stuck here for years. They've had all of this time to find the discs, but they haven't gotten a single one of them yet. That means I can only assume that getting a disc is impossible for most people. Maybe it's even impossible for me. Bro, how has Seiwat not even made it down yet?
Look, buddy, I know you're the mighty champion and whatnot, but you should probably play it a bit safer. If you die here, I don't know what happens. And if you
Wait,
fall
that's
into the
true.
void, I don't know if you're coming back.
If you don't remember, I don't like you, so can you just focus on yourself and let's get this over with?
Okay, fine. Don't listen to me.
So
I need to know
mean.
something. I came here with my friend, and when I got here, he was gone. Just, can you tell me if you saw him or something?
Nope. If you haven't seen him by now, there's a good chance he's gone, but maybe I'm wrong. Here, you're gonna need this. This compass will guide you to the place where you can find the
Right.
first disc. Good luck, man.
It was time to go searching for the disc that would summon the
Hiccups.
first legend of parkour. If my friend is alive
Hang
out there
on.
somewhere, I'll find him. But right now, I have to do this journey alone. Wait, why am I doing this alone? Wait, you were just gonna sit here and watch me risk my life? Why aren't you coming?
You're the champion. I can't parkour like you. Or if you want to give me blocks so I can fight, but I feel like that's not an option.
You're right, I would never give you blocks in a million years. Alright, well, I guess that is a valid reason to go by myself. Looks like it's up to me to save the world again, but that's kind of my thing. Just one jump at a time. Oh no, I hope this isn't a parkour checkpoint.
Stop right there.
Yep, of course it is. I'm in trouble.
We already have a parkour search team looking for the disc as we speak. We weren't expecting more company.
This is really bad. If I don't find a way past this checkpoint, it might be the end of parkour civilization. Alright, I got 2 options. I can talk or I can fight. let's try the talking thing first. I was transferred here from another parkour search team. Yeah, apparently the job was taking too long.
Yeah, that figures. Just build the password and I'll let you through.
Oh, great. The password is parkour. That means there are literally an infinite number of possibilities that the password could be, and there's no way I'm guessing this. So, no more of the talking thing. It's time to parkour battle. I set up a 3-jump parkour combo for my attack. This was it. There was no going back now. Once I start this battle, the guy will know I'm the parkour champion, and everyone will be after me. But I have no choice. I attacked with a 3-block vertical to a 4-block to a 4-block diagonal jump. Let's go.
No way.
I challenge you to a
Alright, password accepted. You're good. Good luck finding any information about the disc. We need it.
password accepted. Wait, this was
That
the
was the
password?
password?
You can never be too careful. I heard the parkour champion's out there somewhere. I can't believe he
way.
actually thought it would be a good idea to come here.
Yeah, why would he do that? Don't worry, we'll find this parkour champion. I heard he's not even that good at parkour. Oh, okay, good to see my disguise is still working. Once I made it past the parkour
How the fuck did
checkpoint,
he guess
everything
it?
changed. All of the grass block jumps had turned into ice and snow. Any normal person would turn around, but I have to keep going. After realizing that I was stranded in the 5th layer of parkour civilization, I learned that the only way out of here is to find 4 discs that summon 4 parkour legends. But if these discs fall into the wrong hands, parkour civilization might be destroyed. So the only option I had was to team up with my enemy, because whether I like it or not, that might be my only chance to make it out alive. As much as I don't trust Seiwat, the compass definitely led me to the right place. I was supposed to be finding the disc that would summon the ice legend of parkour, and if I didn't know any better, I would say I'm in the right area.
The
Now, I
ice
just need
legend.
to find this disc before anyone gets it. The problem is that I don't even know where to start. I tried looking for clues inside one of these houses, but
You
all
have
of
to
the
put
doors
something
were
in the
locked. The
painting.
fighters on this level have supposedly been looking for this disc for a long time, which can only mean 2 things. They can't find it, or they can't get to it. In the distance, I saw a structure that looked like it was a parkour course. When I got closer, I saw that the course was made completely out of ice blocks. And at the very top, there was a dispenser. An entire course made out of ice sounds like where the ice legend disc would be. This has to be it, right? Maybe the problem wasn't finding the disc, but getting to it. Maybe the jumps were too hard for people, or people are just too afraid to try. Whatever the reason is, I gotta make this course before someone else does and get the disc. The people here might be too afraid to try these jumps, but I'm not, because if the fate of the world depends on it, then I won't hesitate to risk my life. I didn't have too much experience with ice parkour, but I was still staying on the blocks, which is all that mattered. Only 2 jumps left. Come on, I can do this.
No
I
way,
went
none
for
of
the
them
last
did
2
this.
jumps, and I made it to the top. Let's go, I did it. So does that make me an ice parkour legend now? I mean, I don't see anyone else doing the course. Alright, let's just hope that no one got to the disc before I did. If it's still here, then I only have 3 more to go. Let's do this. I hit the
Is
button
that the
and
disc?
an item came out. Let's go. It was still
It's
here.
the
I got
key.
the disc to summon the... Wait, what? A house key? Bro, are you serious? I did all of that just to buy a house? Okay, well, now I'm back to square one. I have no clue where to find the
have to
disc,
enter the
and
right
I bought
house?
a house that I don't need. Now that I think about it, I might be the first one in history to have bought a house on every layer of parkour civilization. Was it worth risking the entire fate of the world and my life? Probably not, but is it cool? Yes. Okay, now I have a real reason to make it out of here. I need someone to know this story. All right, I gotta get back on track. I need to find this disc. Whoever lived in these houses before were doing some pretty serious parkour. One of the jumps to get to the beds was a 5-block ice jump. Is that even possible? I opened the chest expecting to find nothing, but to my surprise, there was a book. When I opened it up, I realized it was written in parkour. Luckily for me, I've been learning how to read the parkour language.
I was not ready for the fucking parkour language. The fucking parkour. Who is writing this shit, man?
Though I could translate a little bit of it.
I
The book said that
can't.
people would live
I
in these
can't.
houses to train for the Ice Legends course. The book said that people would often spend years here just training
Damn,
so
they
could
wrote
be
this
good
shit
enough
in
to complete
parkour,
the
man.
impossible ice course. Well, that's reassuring. I definitely do not have years to train on these jumps. But the book did mention an Ice Legends course, and if the disc was gonna be anywhere, it was probably gonna be there. The only problem now
Oh
is
yeah, I
finding
can't finish
this
my
course.
food,
I mean,
so I've got
it's probably
leftovers.
not gonna be a big building standing in the middle of the open. Oh, okay. Well,
Fucking
I think I found it.
parkour,
I don't
what
know
a
what the
crash.
Ice Legends parkour course
I'm
was,
so
but
happy
if
I
I
wasn't
had to
sipping a
guess,
drink
this
when
had
it
to be it.
happened.
Even from afar, this looked like the hardest parkour
I
course
can't read
I've ever
parkour.
seen.
I
And
can't.
I
I'm
have to be
sorry.
the one to do it because the world will end if I don't.
I'm
Bro,
mad.
I don't even get paid for being the parkour
I'm
champion.
actually
This is so
crying.
not worth it. If this entire course is to just buy another house, I think I might just get it over
How the
with and jump
fuck?
off. But I
They write
quickly
that in?
realized that I was at the right place because at that moment
Oh
I
my
saw
God.
someone completing the course. Someone was after the disc, and right now they were on track to get it before me. That means not only do I have to survive every jump, but I have to do it fast if I want to catch up. The problem is that this course wasn't the course to go fast on. These were ice jumps, and that means even the slightest miscalculation could send you sliding right off the edge. And that's not something I'm interested in doing. I was only at the beginning, and yet each jump seemed like
I
it
need
was
to
getting
learn the
harder and
parkour
harder. This
language.
next jump was a head hitter, meaning if I mistimed my jump, no. Well, let's just make sure I don't do that, please.
Whoa.
Okay, these jumps that I was making were harder than anything that even exists
head
in
hitter.
parkour civilization. If I somehow make it back alive, I am definitely making the practice courses harder at home. As much as I wish I had more practice on ice jumps, I always say that the best time to try new parkour is when you're in a life or death situation. Now that I think about it, that saying doesn't really make any sense, but who am I kidding? I'm just stalling because I have to do a 5-block vertical jump, and there's definitely a 50-50 chance I don't make it, but the fear of death never stopped me from trying. I cleared the 5-block vertical
truly
jump,
are
and
the
I was
master.
still on the course. When I looked ahead, I saw that I had almost caught up to the parkour fighter that was doing the course with me. At the rate I'm going, I'll pass him and make it to the disc first.
Someone
But I
remakes
also have
this,
to
but
hope
it's like
that he doesn't
Counter-Strike
recognize that
surfing
I'm
or
not
some
one of them.
shit.
Wait, what? Who are you? Why are you here? I'm supposed to be the only one gathering information about the Ice Legend disc.
Oh, yeah, boss sent me here. He said you were taking too long, and he wanted things to speed up, so he sent me. Bro, why did I say
Speed up.
boss?
Oh, if boss sent you, very well. I haven't been able to get past the 5-block jump, but if you think you can do it, go right ahead.
Oh, yeah, of course. You know boss's orders, right? Bro, how did that even work? Okay, let's just get out of here. Somehow, I escaped the interaction without a parkour battle, which is great, because if I had to fight here, that would be really bad.
It's a
But
good thing
now
we
I
had
know
the
that they
boots.
have a boss, or a leader. Someone is leading these fighters to go find all of the discs. And I can only assume that whoever this leader is wants revenge on parkour civilization. Well, not even assume. One guy literally said word for word he wants revenge on parkour civilization, so I guess that's a pretty clear indicator. Alright, I really need to stop monologuing right before I'm about to go for a death-defying jump. Please make it, please make it! Oh, that should not have been possible. With every jump, I felt like I was barely staying on the edge. But I wouldn't expect anything less from a course that was made by a parkour legend.
An
Every
ice
jump was
legend.
designed to be nearly impossible, including this 5-block jump, which I'm about to complete. I can make it! No! Just when I thought my journey was over, there
No
was
way.
a block under me to catch my fall. Oh, that could not have been any closer.
How could you have gotten a water bucket?
And I just blew my cover. I forgot these guys don't have water buckets. I had no choice but to engage in a parkour battle. I needed the chance to
Oh my
attack
God.
first, and my attack was going to be something that would end the battle immediately. There you have it, a 2-block backwards jump, buddy. And just so you know, I've never lost a parkour battle. Obviously, that's not true, but the intimidation worked.
The void is more honorable than losing a battle to the champion.
And just like that, the parkour battle was over. Bro, what do these people have against
Oh
me?
my
How is
God.
dying in the void more honorable than battling me? Despite dealing with a little emotional pain, I got rid of the parkour fighter unharmed. Now, there was no one
They
standing
still have
in
to
my
figure
way
out how to do
get
the
disc.
jump.
All I had to do was make it past this 5-block jump. The fighters that have been trapped here for years haven't been able to make
Wait, they
it, but
placed-
if there was
they
someone
placed
to
the-
do it, it was
Oh.
gonna be me. If I was the
did it.
first one to make the
Oh, no,
5-block
they're going
jump,
back up.
that means there's a good chance that the disc is still
You're
here. And I
right.
only have a few more jumps before I can get to the top and retrieve it. I've come too far in this journey to fall now. Getting this disc means saving the world, and maybe even saving my friend. So I have no choice but to succeed. I made the last ladder jump, and there I was, standing down at the hardest parkour course I've ever completed. Now, it's time to find out if this journey was truly
another
worth
house.
the risk.
Like-
Just one more easy jump, nothing crazy. Oh, okay, no surprise there. I never fall on the easy jumps. It's time to find out if the disc is still here, or if it even exists at all. I walked up and stood on the pedestal, and an item appeared in my hand.
The
This
disc!
time, it wasn't a house key. It was the disc to summon the ice legend of parkour parkour.
No
Seiwat
way.
was telling the truth. He could have led me into a
It's
trap,
brain
but
rot,
he
but it's
didn't.
also kinda
The discs
good.
are real, and now I have one of the 4. All I have to do is get the other 3, and that's my ticket home. Hopefully my friend's still out there, so I
mean,
can
there
bring
was
him home
one.
too. And maybe Seiwat. I don't really want to bring him home.
She immediately
Hold up, where are you
died.
going? Why are you not gathering information
I don't
about
think they
the
have a
disc?
voice actor.
You said you were transferred here to help.
Yeah, I was, but it looked like the other guy had it all under control. I mean, he was really good at parkour. He said he didn't need me anymore.
Yeah, that sounds like him, all right. We've been best friends since we were kids. I don't know what I'd do without him. All right, you're good to go.
Thanks, man. Wish you and your friend the best. Oh, that's so awkward. I think I
little
might
over
have
the
just
top.
created a new supervillain. All right, I'm sure there's a part of you that wanted me to fail, but I made it back and I got the disc.
No way you actually got the disc.
Yep, 1 down and 3 more to go.
We can actually do this. Or you can do this. You got it, man.
The journey was far from over. Seiwat gave me the compass that would lead me to the second parkour legend. Now that I have the
Wait, why
disc
not
for
just
the
give him
ice
all the
legend, I was
compasses?
now searching for the legend of glass parkour. Oh, as if the journey
I think it's
wasn't
'cause
as
all the
difficult
characters
as
are
it was
voiced by
already.
them.
This legend just had to be glass. I have a feeling that there's a very slim chance I make it back alive.
Just 3 more to go. Just 3 more.
I don't
Getting past a
I don't fucking trust that guy. I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure that if you do all the disc stuff, you're like releasing evil onto the world, and I do not trust them.
Parkour checkpoint is no easy
I don't
task.
think they
You
should
can't
be
use
doing
parkour as a
this.
bribe here,
I think
and
they
I'm
should destroy the
definitely not
disc.
guessing the parkour password this time. That means the only way through is to fight. Saving the world is exhausting. All right, let's get this over with. No point in introducing myself since this should be over soon. You know, I probably shouldn't be this confident since these people seem to know way more about parkour battles than I do, but I'm still the parkour champion, so being
Do you think they're gonna guess the password again?
confident is a part of the job. I started the battle with a 3-block vertical sideways ladder jump, but the parkour fighter didn't even look surprised, even though I just challenged him to a parkour battle.
Alright, champion. Let's see if you're as good as they say.
I watched as the fighter attempted the jump, but failed. Oh, this is gonna be quicker than I thought. Okay, that attack should have done at least 5 hearts, so 1 more attack and I can get back to saving the world. Might as well just put this guy out of his misery and hit him with the signature F-Bow 360. Under pressure, I made
What's the bet that they can do the 360?
a 3-block flower pot 360. Against most people, that would have ended the battle, but I soon realized that this wasn't a normal parkour battle.
Oh, no.
Great. I should have just tried guessing the password.
This attack will give you poison.
His attack only works if his jump is harder than mine, but I don't think a 3-block brewing stand jump is harder
Unless they do a 360!
than my 360. I
Wait.
think I'm about to win this, but when the fighter went for the jump,
They
he
did
added
it!
a 180.
I bet you thought this would be easy.
Adding a 180 to
180.
his jump must have made his attack harder because he would have taken damage by now. This is not good. If I don't build a harder attack right now, I'm gonna get poisoned, and that could be the end of me. That's why this is a perfect time to set up a jump that I've never attempted before. It's simple. If I make this jump, I win the battle. And the jump I was going for was a 3-block ladder 360. This had
No
to work.
way.
I went for the 360. Please make it. But I failed. The attack hit me, and now I was being poisoned. I actually thought
my
I
God,
was
they messed
gonna
it up.
win this battle, but now the odds are stacked against me. By the time the poison wore off, I had half a heart left, and the fighter was already planning out his next attack. From here on out, if I make a single mistake, my journey is over.
Icebox.
But that's why I'm the one trying to save the world. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. The fighter was setting up a parkour combo with ice blocks. Okay, this is good. I just mastered ice block jump. Wait, what? Before the fighter even attempted his attack, he just slipped off. Okay, that was
bye.
not how I thought it was gonna end. Doesn't matter. It looks like it's another win for me. Let's go. Even though I
Life
barely
is oddly
survived the
convenient for
parkour
this
battle,
dude.
I was stepping into more dangerous territory. This was where I was gonna find the disc to summon the glass legend of parkour. There are 4 discs I need to find in order to get back to parkour civilization. I managed to stay alive and get one of the discs so far,
Convenient.
but the parkour fighters are still racing to get them before me, and now I know there's a boss leading them all. But if I can get the final 3 discs first, I can save the world. So far, I am very much liking the ice more than the glass, especially since most of the jumps are glass panes. Not that
Oh,
it makes a
right, the
difference,
Parkour
but before
god
I
is
go
on
any
his side,
further,
that's
let's get my
true.
health back. The entire time I've been here, I've been using my champion boots to gain my hunger back. That's one part I didn't get. As the parkour champion, I don't really need food anymore, but everyone
Where
else
are these
does,
guys
so
getting
how are they
food?
getting food? Alright, I'm just gonna focus on getting the disc and get out of here as fast as I can. This journey was different than the last one. Last time, I made it through the checkpoint without blowing my cover, but this time, well, the guard's in the void. If some of the other fighters realize that the guard is gone, they're gonna come after me. So I'm just gonna beat this course, get the disc, and get out of here before any of the fighters can catch me. Easier said than done, obviously, because this wasn't just any ordinary parkour course. This course was designed for someone who is a master at glass parkour.
I'm
now,
cold
I'm
again
all for
now.
having self-confidence and whatnot, but the reality is that I have never done
I got
jumps
my
like
blanket
these.
again.
This course was about to be all unexplored territory for me, and I only have one chance to make all of these jumps. But the clock is ticking, and I need to get these discs before any of the fighters do. You know, I would have been a lot more comfortable if the glass parkour course were glass blocks and not panes, but when do I ever get
No,
my
if
way
it was
with
blocks,
anything?
it'd be
I will
easy.
say that one thing keeping me going is that if I do make it back alive, I mean, I would have to be the greatest of all time at parkour, right? While that thought sounds amazing, I just remembered that I've only gotten
Oh,
one
those are
disc
so
far.
thin.
So if I manage to survive this course, which by looking at it doesn't seem likely to be honest, I still have 2 more massive parkour courses to go through before I can make it back. Alright, let's break this down real quick. So, if I miss a single jump, I die. If I have another battle with a parkour fighter, which is probably gonna happen, I die. And if Seiwat has been plotting against me the entire time, well, I probably die. Well, alright, I think my chances are looking great.
won't
I
die.
take that back. Bro, what even are those parkour jumps?
What?
Alright, let's just get this over with. Glass jumps are all about precision. Each glass jump is only 1/8 of the size of a regular block, meaning each jump has to be the perfect distance. That also means I get no momentum for this 3-block vertical jump. Please,
Oh,
parkour god.
true.
Oh, okay. And the next
You can't
jump
warm
is
up
just as hard.
or
The
do any
4-block
run-ups.
jump onto a single pane was terrifying, but I went for it and I barely stayed on the edge. Bro, to think I could have been at home
Oh
just
my
chilling,
God.
getting a parkour
makes me
delivery to my
anxious.
house. Wait, do I even have a house anymore? Let's see. If this jump
bought
is
a-
possible,
they bought a
I only
nice
have
house.
to do a 2-block jump. This has to be a shortcut, right? No way I'm not taking this. Let's go. I get to skip some. No! No, that's a trick for sure. That jump's not possible. All right,
this
no
scared
shortcuts
me.
for me today. I guess I got to take the hard way. I slowly made my way through the course, making sure to take my time with
I
every
thought they
single jump.
actually-
As of now, I didn't see any other
keep
parkour
doing
fighters
that.
doing the course, so I didn't need to worry about completing this course fast. I just needed to stay alive. But what if there's no fighters here because someone already completed the course and got the disc? Alright, let's just hope that's not the case. Oh my. Bro, are you serious? Not one of these staircases? Thankfully, I made it to the top of the horribly designed staircase. But then
What is
I
that?
saw something on the ground. Looked like a piece of paper. I picked it up and it said something on it. It
Don't
said,
finish the
"Don't finish
course."
the course? I had no clue what to make of this. I was so close to the end. I was almost at the second disc. So either someone is
feel like they
warning
shouldn't
me
be
about
collecting the
something,
discs.
or this was an attempt to try to make me not get the disc. Well, this just got a lot more complicated. I decided that the second option was more likely. The fighters know that I'm looking for the discs, so maybe they had someone put this note here to try to get me to stop looking for them. But if that isn't their plan and someone is warning me, then I could be jumping into an ambush. At this point though, I don't even think it matters. As of now, the only way I know of getting back to Parkour Civilization is getting all 4 discs. So even if getting this disc is going to lead me into a trap, I have to still try to get it. Only a few more jumps and I would be at the end. Do I go for a shortcut now? Why not? Let's do it. I swear, all of this better be some crazy test to become the parkour god or something, because there's no way I'm doing this for free. All right, one more jump and the disc is mine. Let's do this. I went for the last final jump and I made it. I had completed
That
the
seemed
Glass
easier than the
Legends
other one.
parkour course. Let's go. Let's get this disc, or let's fall into a trap. I hope it's the disc. When I stepped onto the pedestal, the dispenser gave me the exact item I wanted to see. The disc to summon the Glass Legend of Parkour was now in my possession. All right, 2 down, 2 to go. And now I just gotta worry about
They
getting
have to go
off of
home.
this course. Oh, this is the worst. I was making my way back to meet Seiwat to get the compass for the 3rd disc, but that's when I saw something. It was a massive building that I've never seen before. Obviously, I want to get the discs and get out of here as fast as I can, but my friend is still missing.
What is
Maybe there's
that?
a chance he's alive and he made it into this building and he's hiding here. Even if he's not here, I can afford a little detour to find out. The building I walked into looked like it was some old library, although most of the bookshelves looked like they were empty. Jeez, this staircase is even worse than the glass one. I didn't even think that was possible. I didn't know what I was looking for, but at the very least, I was hoping I could find a book that would at least give me a little information. I looked around until I finally saw a bookshelf with a book left in it. Okay,
It
let me
has
try
it.
not to fall off the edge while grabbing this. The book was written in parkour, and I could
I
still
still can't get
understand a
over-
little bit of it. It looked like it was talking about the champion boots.
Oh, the
Something about
parkour.
hunger and powers. Well, that's not really new information for
parkour
me. I've been
language I
using these
can't.
boots to feed myself the entire time. Okay, let's see what else I can find in this library. I looked around and still there was no sight of my friend. friend. I knew the chances were slim, but some part of me still believed that he would be here. But that's when I went up to the next floor and I saw someone. Oh no, I do not want to battle. Please just don't turn around. And she turned around.
It's you. You're back.
A woman! Woman! Finally! A female! A woman! Oh my God.
I always knew you would change your mind.
Right. I'm back.
I never blamed
A
you for what you
woman!
did. I know it was a tough decision.
Okay, this woman does not know who I am, but I have no clue what she's talking about. I just gotta go with it, I guess.
I assume you're here to get your friend, correct?
My friend? You know where my friend is?
Oh my God.
Oh, yes. I got the book around here somewhere. Forgive me. It's been a while since I've had to do parkour. I should be able to reach it.
Oh, not to worry.
kinda old. I wonder if it's the old
easy
lady-
parkour.
the
It's
old
just
man's
that
wife
book
or
right there,
something.
right? Yeah, don't worry. I'll do. No! Oh, no, that's not good. Well,
Women survive for longer than a minute in this series. Challenge impossible.
oh, at least she went out quickly. All right, let's go get this book. I grabbed the book off the shelf and I started reading. The book said something about a prison. A prison where it's impossible to parkour. If the fighters captured my friend, that's probably where they took him. This is good news. This is great news, actually. This is the only evidence I have that my friend might be alive. And maybe Seiwat knows where this prison is. I made my way back to Seiwat to get the third compass from him. All right, I'm back.
I can't
whether you
believe
like
it.
it or not. Hello, Seiwat. What are you doing in the corner? Are you
Taking a nap.
napping?
Bro, I'm tired. You
Bro's
take so long
eepy.
to get these things.
I take so long to get these things? Bro, I hate you so much. I got the second disc, but it's getting a little trickier to get past the checkpoints, but I still got it. I'm ready to go get the third one. Seiwat threw me the third compass that would lead me to the Legend of Crystal parkour. There's one more thing. I
Crystals?
think my friend might still be alive in some prison. Do you know anything about it?
If that's true, then there's a chance we can save him. But we gotta get the third and fourth disc first.
Okay, you're right. We'll get the discs before the fighters do. We'll save my friend.
They
and
could have
we'll
been
get out of
captured,
here.
I guess.
As the journey goes on, the jumps get harder and the stakes get higher. I've saved the world by myself before, but this time, I don't know if I can do it alone. But if I can find my friend before it's too late, then I think we have a chance. If I make this parkour course, I'm one step closer to saving the world. Even
those
though
crystals.
this is parkour I've never done before, the good news is I can take my time because there's no one else doing the— Oh, no, I take that back. There is someone doing the course.
Wait a
This
minute.
is not good. If that person makes the parkour course before I do, they'll have their hands on one of the 4 discs I need to save the world. Which means I cannot take this parkour course slowly. Every single one of these parkour
Go
jumps
fast.
were made up of crystals. And in all my
You
time
can
in
hear
parkour
them.
civilization, I've never seen jumps like these. But I had to go fast. I had to make the— I was the guy who saved parkour
Hey!
civilization, and I actually believed I could be the one to do it again. I had made 2 of the hardest courses I've ever done to get 2 of
No
the discs,
way.
and I was on my way to get the third one. But maybe it wasn't my destiny to make it out of this place alive. When I went searching for the Crystal Legend of Parkour,
finally
I
gonna
knew
find
the
out
journey
what-
was gonna be rough.
what the
the
death
last time I
is.
made it through a parkour checkpoint, it resulted in a battle that almost cost me my life. So I kind of figured that this checkpoint would go the same way. I jumped onto the platform ready to parkour battle, but the strange thing is that there was no one here. There was no one guarding the checkpoint, which means I was either lucky or I was leading myself into a trap. Given everything that has happened, it's probably a trap. But the good news is that it was now just me and the hundreds of crystal parkour jumps. Even though
Like,
I
no one's,
avoided a parkour
like,
battle,
good
I
enough to
was
go out there.
clearly not out of danger. I needed to make my way over to the Parkour Legends course, but that meant I had to figure out what exactly these parkour jumps were. Crystal jumps didn't exist in Parkour Civilization. I was going into this with 0 experience. I tried my best to stay on the crystals that were entire blocks, but at some point, I had no choice but to jump onto the smaller crystals. These crystals were barely big enough to stand on, and if I made the slightest mistake, that could very well mean my journey comes to an end.
Wait for him to show up. We'll show eventually.
What was that?
voice.
Hello? Is anyone there? Oh, great. I think being stuck in this parkour world for so long is making me hallucinate.
there's
Well,
another
this is nice.
prison
I have
if
to
you
worry
fall
about
up.
not dying from parkour, and I have to worry about not going crazy. I kept making jumps until I arrived at the place I needed to be. The Crystal Legends parkour course is where I could find the third disc. If I make it, I'll only need 1 more disc to go home. But I had to go
why'd
fast.
they get rid of
I
the
had to make
compass?
No! And with one jump, my entire journey was over. I watched as the world
my
of parkour
God.
got further and further away. There was nothing to save me now. The damage from the void already started, and within seconds, I would be gone forever. I couldn't do it. I thought I could be the one to
gonna
save
die.
parkour civilization again. But I failed. In my last moments of life, everything seemed like it was in slow motion. I think I must have been going crazy because it looked like I was floating upwards. But that's when I realized I might not be crazy after all. I wasn't dead yet, and I was slowly rising back up to the world of parkour. What is going on? How is this possible? It was like I was watching my life in reverse.
It's
I was
the parkour
floating right back
god!
up next to the jump that I just failed. I was at a loss for words, but I might have had a second chance after all. I positioned myself over one of the jumps and I dropped out of the air. I wasn't dead yet. I was back on the parkour course. In all my life, I've never
Yo, it's
heard
gotta
of
be the
something
parkour
like this
god.
happen.
Gotta
If I
be.
had to guess, I would say the parkour god saved me once again. When I turned around, I saw someone for a split second running away. My entire dodging death feat that I just pulled completely made me forget that I was still in danger. One of the fighters was ahead of me on this course. When I saw them, they were almost at the end, which means that person might have gotten the disc already. But there's no way to know for sure. That could have been someone else, which means I have to complete the course to see if the disc is still there. Besides, the parkour god probably
Hello,
pulled some
trainer.
strings to get me back on this course, so I owe it to him to try. In parkour civilization, the more jumps you make, the more answers you find. But I don't know if I will ever be able to do enough
Yeah,
jumps to
I
find
don't think
the
women
answer to
last
how
more than
I'm
a minute
alive.
in
All
this
I can
show.
do now is keep making the jumps and keep moving
they just die
forward.
immediately.
I have to believe that whatever or whoever
They're here to
saved me
s-
from
they're
the
just-
void wants me to save parkour
They're just here to go,
civilization.
"Here's the thing
So
that you
I'm
need,"
gonna
and then
try to
die.
not test my luck again and make all of these jumps. As of now, I saw no sign of the player that was here before me, and maybe this could be the reason why. Oh boy, I'm definitely gonna need another airlift out of the void. Now was no time to rush. I had to pay attention to exactly how large each crystal was. This jump was barely wide enough to fit through, but it was possible. I jumped into the tunnel, managing to stay on the very edge of the bottom crystal. Even the smallest miscalculation, like hitting my arm on the wall, would send me falling into the void. But luckily, I made it through the tunnel of narrow jumps, and I still had a fighting chance.
Oh yeah, I think you
After
can
making
download
it
the
out,
map
I
for
could
all
see
this,
the
by the
rest
way.
of the course, and I saw
You can,
no
like, do the
sign
parkour
of the fighter
yourselves.
that was here before me. So that means it is very likely that the person I saw has gotten the disc already. Unfortunately, I have to do a 3.5 vertical block jump to figure that out. I got momentum, and I went for one of the longest vertical jumps I've ever done. Even being the parkour champion, I didn't even know that was possible. But that's kind of been a similarity across all of these parkour courses. Almost all of these jumps that are on the courses don't even exist in parkour civilization and are near impossible. I hadn't thought about it, but maybe that's a reason why this entire civilization was removed. Actually, that doesn't really make any sense. Alright, let's
Oh,
just make
those
it
are
out
so
alive and
thin.
maybe someone will tell me the actual truth. But that's when I went for a jump and I heard something again.
Trust me, I can get the disc. Just let me try.
It was another voice,
Oh.
like the one I heard before. I don't know where it's coming from. I thought it was crazy before, but now that it's happening again, I'm starting to really get worried. Man, my problems keep stacking. I need the disc to still be
What if
here.
his
I have
friend's
to
the
not die in
villain?
parkour, and now I have voices in my head. Great. Well, I'm gonna need a serious parkour vacation when I get back. Less than 10 jumps away stood between me and the end of the course. I just have to keep doing my thing and keep making every one of these jumps. No. Okay, let's not do that again. Only
Okay, they're
few
still
can say
alive.
they can do a 3-block vertical jump from no momentum. Fortunately, I'm one of those few, and that was the last difficult jump I needed to make to complete the course. Now it was time for the big reveal and find out if I did all of that for nothing. If someone else has this disc, I don't know how I'm gonna get it back, but at least I have the other two, so worst case scenario, no one gets out of here. I stepped up onto the pedestal expecting the worst, but to my surprise,
I
in
got
my
it.
hand was the third disc.
You never wanna
Whoever
hear the
was
word
on this course
parkour
before me
again.
obviously didn't get it. And now I'm
So I was thinking
holding
after this I could
3
play
of the
Mirror's
4
Edge.
discs needed
Okay.
to get out of here. Only one more disc remains
Just
before I
kidding.
can return to parkour civilization. That is, if I can survive one more of these courses. I started heading back to Seiwat to get the compass for the 4th disc, but then it happened again. Find me at the houses. It was another voice in my head.
Houses?
Unless
That was a
it wasn't
woman!
a voice in my head to begin with. Someone was trying to talk to me, and they were saying
I'm
they were
tied
at
my
the
hair again.
houses. I didn't know what any of the voices meant, but that's when I saw somebody. Standing near one of the houses was someone that I recognized. It was the person I just caught a glimpse of right before I was saved from the void. Whoever this was must have been the person that sent me the message to find them at the houses. but the person still had chain boots on. This was a parkour fighter, meaning there's a good chance that this interaction leads to a parkour
Be a trap.
battle. But something about this felt different. I don't know why they would be calling me here, but I have to find out. And even if this does end in a battle, that's a risk I'm willing to take. I walked in to see the fighter standing on the other edge of the house.
Who
Alright,
is
buddy,
this?
if you want to fight, let's get it over with.
If that's how you want to repay me for saving your life, fine.
For
Oh, never
saving
mind,
my
it's not- I don't
life?
think it's a
What
woman.
are you talking about? I've never even seen you before.
I was watching you do the course. I knew you would fail eventually, so I waited until you fell. When you did, I
You
was there
saved
to
him.
attack you with a brewing stand jump, and the effect
They gave him levitation!
was levitation.
Oh
You
my
attacked me
god.
with parkour right as I fell. I didn't even know that was possible.
so
this doesn't make any
smart.
sense. Why would you save
Oh,
my
Tama's
life?
in front of the
You
camera.
don't even know who
Hi,
I am.
Tama.
I know you're the parkour champion, and the reason I know that is because you've been the pawn of
Hello, my apologies. Tama was being a fucking brat and attacking my Go XLR. So I had to go stop him real quick. I have since moved the boy. These are the risks you take with having a cat in the same room that you stream. Okay, we should be good. Sorry about that.
As I fell, I didn't even know that was possible. This doesn't make any
Fucking
sense.
cat!
Why would you
I love
save
him,
my
but
life?
Jesus
you
Christ.
don't even know who I am.
He just straight
I
up
know
like
you're the parkour champion, and the reason
jumped up
I
where the
know
camera
that
is. The Go
because
XLR's
you've
in
been
front
the
of it.
pawn of our
He like
game
kind of went
ever
up to it and
since
just
you
bit the
arrived.
cable out, and I'm
You've
like, "Are
been
you
collecting
serious?"
the discs for us.
No, that's impossible.
Fucking
I fought
cat.
parkour fighters in battles. I almost died. Why would they try to kill me if they wanted me to get the discs?
Seiwat said it would have to be believable.
Oh, so now Seiwat's behind this mastermind plan?
Of course he is, and if you don't believe me, jump onto the center block.
I jumped into the middle of the house and it happened again.
If he fights you, you have to lose. This is the only way we win.
What?
It was Seiwat's voice. I don't know how you're doing it, but you're making this up.
I'm not. If you parkour across crystals while talking, messages will be trapped inside for years. You're
Oh.
only hearing his voice because he was here setting the trap for you.
I didn't know what to believe.
No
If
way!
this was all true, then I've been getting the discs for the enemy the entire time. At this point, I don't even know if
I knew
anything
they
Seiwat
wouldn't
has told me
they
is
sh-
true.
I knew
If
they
you're
shouldn't have
in on the
trusted them.
plan, then why are you telling me this? What do you want?
Let's just say I don't really like how the plan ends. So I'm hoping that by telling you this, you find a way to win. And in repayment, you can take me back to parkour civilization.
How can I be sure you're telling the truth? What if Seiwat isn't behind this?
You think it's a coincidence he has those compasses? Why don't you ask him where he got them?
If all of this was true and
Exactly.
Seiwat was
I
working
knew
with
I
the
didn't
fighters,
trust him.
then I have no one to blame but myself. But as far as I'm concerned, I have the 3 discs. I don't know how in the world they plan on getting these off of me, but if I can get the 4th one, then I can get out of here. At least now that I know I might be in a trap, I can focus on getting myself out of it. But I still don't know if that fighter was telling me the truth or not. Alright, disc number 3 acquired. Wasn't an easy one, that's for sure, but I still got it.
This is insane. To be honest,
Sorry.
I didn't think you would be able to do it, but clearly
I was
I'm
moving
wrong.
the camera so
Only
you
one
can see
more to
both of them.
go, and we can get out of here. Here, the compass to the last parkour legend. This one is supposed to be the most terrifying course, so good luck.
Well, if there's anyone that can get it done, it's me. Hey, this is just a quick question, but where did you get all of the compasses?
The compasses? Oh yeah, I was
Yeah.
just searching through all the chests, and I happened to find all of them.
Oh,
Lucky find, I
convenient.
guess.
Yeah,
Yeah, very
that is real
convenient.
lucky. Oh, that was really convincing. Yep, I am definitely in a trap.
He knows, right? Yeah, he must have figured it out. It doesn't matter. The plan is in motion, and at this point, there is nothing he can do to stop what's coming. I must say, this plan didn't go exactly how I thought it would, but I have everything I need to get my revenge.
Just one more parkour course to
Oh,
go.
is he
and I can
talking
get
to
back
him? Wait. Were they talking to his friend, or is his friend trapped as a prisoner?
Parkour civilization. Unfortunately, this is gonna be the hardest one yet. All of these parkour jumps had one thing in common. These were neo jumps. Neo jumps are considered some of the hardest jumps in parkour civilization, and for a good reason. The only way you make these jumps is by moving around the block in mid-air. The last time I made a difficult neo jump, I became parkour champion and I saved the world. But that was one jump, and I'm afraid this course is probably gonna have a lot more than one. After all,
Well,
this
there's a lot
course
of them.
was made by the Neo legend of parkour, so that probably says something. If I had a choice, I would turn back immediately, but
Why does he keep
unfortunately I
dropping
don't.
the
If I want to save the world,
compasses?
I need to get the disc. The entire time I've been here, I've been risking my life to get the discs I need to go home. I thought I've been outsmarting the people in this lost civilization, but it turns out I've been in a trap this entire time, and Seiwat
knew
has been
it.
behind it all. I was tricked into
I knew
collecting
it.
the discs for the
I called
enemy,
it.
and I can only assume that they have a plan to get the discs off of me so they can escape. I couldn't help be disappointed with myself for trusting Seiwat. How did I not see this coming? I mean, Seiwat literally worked for the evil champion and ran the lab that systematically controlled all of parkour
Oh, yeah.
civilization. You know, I probably
They
should have
probably
thought
want the
about those
boots
things
back.
a little more before trusting him, but obviously it's way too late now. I gotta give him credit. As much as I dislike Seiwat because he is objectively evil, his plan is extremely well thought out. And now that's put me in a very difficult position. On one hand, I could just throw all of the discs in the void and no one gets them. If I went down that route, Seiwat and all of the people here can't escape and destroy parkour civilization, but then I wouldn't be able to get back
Oh,
home
no,
myself,
Kyle must have
so I'd
broken when stuff
basically be
restarted, huh?
sacrificing myself for option 1. Now with option 2, I continue to play my part and get the discs. As long as I have all 4 on me, there still might be a way to get out of here alive without bringing them back to parkour civilization. As I was going over all of the
Raven
possible
of the Bit,
futures, I
parkour.
noticed the course changed to
Oh
neo
no,
ice
not the
jumps.
P word.
It seemed like this
I'm
last
scared of
course was a
parkour.
combination
Please no,
of all
Maya.
of the parkour legend courses, with of course adding neo jumps to everything. Oh, I
Oh.
forgot how much I hated these types of jumps. Okay, but back to seeing if I can outsmart Seiwat's plan. No matter what option I choose, the biggest problem is my friend. The old woman at the library told me my friend is trapped in some prison. And if I remember
Trapped on a
correctly,
native?
there's one more thing. I think my friend might still be alive in some prison. Do you know anything about it?
If that's true, then there's a chance we can save him. But we gotta get the 3rd and 4th disc first.
Well, now that I know that Seiwat was the one behind the evil plan, I think it's safe to say that Seiwat
Yeah,
has
they
my
probably
friend
trapped
locked
him.
up in a prison somewhere. If that is the case, then I think I know what Seiwat's plan is. He's gonna use my friend as leverage to have me give him the discs. It all
Plus,
makes
didn't his
sense
friend make
now.
up the
There's no way
prison?
he could get the discs off of me, so that means I'll either have to choose the discs or the life of my friend. That's assuming I finish this course and don't die in the void so I can get the last one. But to be honest, even though one jump could end it all, I knew I was gonna finish this course. There's a reason Seiwat made this elaborate plan to get me to do the courses, and it's the same reason why all the parkour fighters must have joined him. There's only one person that exists in this world that is good enough at parkour to make these courses, and that
A
person
god?
is me, the parkour champion.
What?
Seiwat and all of the people in this civilization put their faith in me. because they knew that without me, they would never make it back alive. Well, I hate to disappoint them, but I don't plan on bringing Seiwat or the evil parkour fighters back to Parkour Civilization.
What are
If
they
all
gonna
goes
do?
according to plan, there will only be 3 people going back home. So, it's time to get this plan over with and get out of this place once and for all. After making it out of the field of Neo jumps, I was met with 2 parkour fighters.
Thank you for retrieving the discs for us, champion. Now,
Oh,
you will
no.
do exactly what we say if you want to stay alive.
gonna have to
Seiwat
hand them over.
requests your presence.
This was it. Seiwat had 2 parkour fighters waiting for me to ensure that I didn't run off with the discs. Normally, I would say that was a well thought out plan on his part, but I don't think he ever questioned the loyalty of his followers. Fortunately for me, I've got someone on the inside.
Hey, let's go. Keep it moving, champion. Why are you
Are
stopping?
they gonna
Well,
bribe?
you know, just trying to catch my breath before this parkour battle. I quickly placed down a ladder
Oh!
and attacked the parkour fighter with a 3-block diagonal ladder jump. You know, I would say good luck in this battle, but I think you'll have a hard time with a 2v1. The parkour fighter turned around to see that the other fighter had an attack of his own build. Yep, this
Oh!
parkour fighter was my guy on the inside.
No, you're working with the champion? How could you? Fine, it doesn't matter. I'll take you both on by myself.
Oh,
I'm
no
sure this
way.
will be the easiest parkour.
Well, that didn't last long. Wait a minute, I knew that guy,
I just
didn't I?
got them
We've
back.
been best friends since we were kids. I don't know what I'd do without him.
He was his best friend.
Alright, you're good to go.
Oh, that's right. I made his buddy jump into the void. Well, at least they're together now.
Let's
Yeah.
keep it moving. We don't have much time.
He's with his
Yep,
friend
alright, sorry,
now.
let's get back to work. So far, the plan I had was going smoothly. Seiwat had his mastermind plan set up for me, so it was only fair that I fight back. Before I went to the Neo Legend course, I visited my ally. Okay, I accept your offer. If you want to come back to Parkour Civilization, you need to help me.
Finally, you came to your senses. We're gonna need to move fast if we want to make this work.
So, you're saying after I get the disc, Seiwat is gonna have fighters waiting for me?
That's right, but he won't suspect that I'm working with you. I'll make sure I'm one of the fighters and we can escape to the
Hi,
temple.
Brett.
Alright, sounds good to me. Oh, I really hope this works. Step 1 was getting the disc. Step 2 was making it to the temple without guards. And now it's time for step 3. Alright, you ready?
Yes, this has to work. I'll go distract Seiwat and find out where he's keeping your friend. You just focus on beating the parkour legends and getting the door open.
Right, the parkour battles. I kind of forgot about that. Time was of the essence. I needed
I
my
still
ally
think
to
they should
distract
be
Seiwat
opening
for
the
as long
door.
as possible, so I had time to beat the parkour legends. I also needed to hope that my ally would find my parkour master friend and free him from his prison. There were a lot of moving
I
parts
also
to
don't know
this
if I don't
plan, but
trust
I
them
think it could
completely
work.
either.
Unfortunately, the plan already had its first hiccup. The path I chose to go up the temple was destroyed. The only way up to the top was from the other side. Now, I just gotta hope that those few minutes of lost time weren't enough to ruin the plan. It was a good sign that I didn't see any parkour fighters around though. But that's when I glanced inside the bottom level of the parkour temple and I saw someone.
Their
But
friend?
this wasn't a parkour fighter. This was someone with gold boots. I ran inside to see my parkour master friend standing on a single
my God.
chain over the void. The last time we saw each other was in Parkour Civilization. You're alive, let's go.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Standing to my right was a parkour fighter with an attack already set up. That's an easy attack. Don't worry, I'll handle this.
No, stop. That attack was from me. If I don't make that jump, I die. I don't have any blocks to build with, so I'm stuck here. But if you attack him, that will force his battle with me to end, and I'll also die.
Oh no!
Okay, this is not an ideal situation, so how do I stop this?
You go up. Seiwat is waiting for you up there.
Of course he is. Well,
You have
so
to
much
do the
for my
fight
master plan
first?
to defeat the guy with the better master plan. Don't worry, I'll figure something out. Just don't move. Not that you can move, but don't worry, I'll figure something out. Alright, time to make my way to the top and probably face an ambush. There was nothing I could do now. I couldn't think of a single move to get out of this. If I even make the slightest notion that I'm gonna start a parkour battle, my friend will die. That means I have no choice but to just fall right into Seiwat's plan. Well, I have been known to improvise, so let's do that. Alright, let's get this over with. So, you want me to help you destroy Parkour Civilization?
Now you're talking some sense. You know, a part of me actually
I just
enjoyed
wanna
our
be the
little team
master
up and
again.
getting each disc. I mean, you got them, but it was fun sitting back and letting you do the work. Now, I'm closer than ever to achieving my goal of destroying Parkour Civilization once and for all.
That doesn't make any sense. You said it yourself. You live in Parkour Civilization. Why would you want to destroy it?
I haven't told this to
Because
anyone
they're not the king
before,
anymore?
but since I've already won, I might as well tell you. I didn't join Parkour Civilization. I was born here on this level of civilization. I might be
What?
the only one alive who remembers when this level was still a part of Parkour
How is he
civilization.
that old?
And I might be the only one who knows what kind of a monster the old man was. My parents warned me about the old man. They told me to rank up
The old
before it was
man?
too late. Unfortunately, my parents were both too stubborn to rank down and too old to rank up. So I left my family and became a parkour master. My parents were the ones who told me to use brewing stands to give myself the resistance effect. And that was exactly what allowed me to remember when the old man used the command blocks to wipe out this entire level, including everyone in it. In doing so,
Oh.
he wiped all memories of this place, except mine, because of the potion effect. After that, how could I ever trust the system? The so-called beloved parkour champion wiped out my entire family.
Yeah, but
That
why?
can't be true. Why would the old man do that? It just doesn't add up. He was kind and nice, and he cared about people.
You know, the funny part is that no one even knew. It was supposedly over a fight. Can you believe that? The old man let his battle with one person cause my parents and plenty of others to die.
A fight? What kind of fight would lead to an action like that?
Alright, enough of that. What's in the past is in the past. Let's focus on what's gonna happen from here. I don't need the discs. Instead, I'm gonna have you battle all of the parkour legends yourself. And
It's not like he
get
could
that
beat
door
them,
open for
probably.
me. I will then get my revenge on parkour civilization. And if you choose not to, well, your friend is obviously the price you pay.
I have to do it. I can't let my friend die because of the mistakes I made. I'm the one who brought him here. I have no choice.
We're, like, just
Let's
past
just hope I think
halfway.
of something later when I get that door open.
I trust you'll come to the right decision. You always do.
Oh, well, here goes nothing. Given everything that's happened in my life, I never thought there'd be a time where I'd have to say this. But it's time to go help destroy parkour civilization. It was time to fight the legends of parkour. Under normal circumstances, I probably would have been excited for these parkour battles. I mean, come on, fighting someone who has mastered a specific type of parkour? That sounds pretty awesome to me. Unfortunately for me, these are not normal circumstances. Because if I beat all 4 of these parkour legends, I will cause the downfall of parkour civilization. But that's assuming I beat these legends in parkour battles, and if I don't, well, I will die, and parkour civilization will probably be destroyed anyways. So, that means plan A is to help destroy parkour civilization and hope I figure out a plan in the meantime. I thought I had a real chance to beat Seiwat and save the world, but it turns out he was one step ahead of me the entire time. My friend is captured, and if I don't do exactly what Seiwat says, he'll be gone forever. So that leaves me with no choice but to help Seiwat escape so he can destroy parkour civilization once and for all. Alright, well,
How
here
is he
goes
gonna
nothing.
destroy
It's
it,
time
though?
to fight the first legend of parkour. I threw the disc into the hopper waiting for something to happen. I saw nothing, but then, a few seconds later, someone appeared on one end of the battlefield.
looks so
and this
normal.
person was wearing diamond boots. So, you're the ice legend of parkour? Why do you have champion boots on?
That's because I am a parkour champion. Well, I was one a long time ago. I won the battle to become champion using ice blocks. So yeah, I got the Ice Legend title, but all of the parkour legends are just previous champions throughout history.
So every parkour legend was a parkour champion at some point. That's awesome. Wait, so are you real? Or what even are you?
Real? Absolutely. Alive? Not
So
so
they're
much.
like a ghost.
All of us are spirits of our past lives, and we
Oh.
exist now only for parkour battles. But enough questions. Prepare to fight.
The Ice Legend said I have everything I need to battle inside the chest. When I first came here, the chest
All
was
ice?
empty, but now the chest had 3 stacks of ice blocks inside of it. These ice blocks were the only blocks I had to attack with. No other types of blocks were allowed. It's time to find out if I can do ice block jumps better than the Ice Legend of parkour. The Ice Legend attacked first. His first attack was a 4-block vertical jump. It was a difficult attack for sure, but it was nothing I couldn't handle. My choices were to
Yeah, that's
either
not too
make the
bad.
exact same jump or
You
do
went
a harder
harder.
one. But I had to remind myself that this was only the first of 4 battles, so I'm not gonna try to risk it all in the first fight. I defended the first attack successfully and the battlefield reset. Alright, let's go. It's my time to attack now. My first attack was a parkour combo with a 5-block jump chained into a 3-block diagonal
don't they do
jump. I thought
360s
the
more
attack wouldn't be
often?
hard enough, but to my surprise, the Ice Legend failed the jump. The battle was going my
What?
way, but it was far from over. If I mess up and get hit by an attack, I don't know how much damage these will do. That's why I had to get this over with. For my next attack, I set up a 6-block vertical jump. All of my
No
training
way.
with ice blocks paid off, and I made the
No!
jump. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna
That's
pretend
crazy.
I almost didn't slip off there. I watched as the ice legend went for the jump,
No!
but failed once again. This was the second attack in a row that I landed. One more and it should be over. But I got ahead of myself. I attempted 2 5-block jumps in a row and I failed. Oh, that's not good. I should have just made my attack. The ice legend set up a difficult 3-jump combo and made it. It was time to defend again. I went for the combo, but I slipped off on the 3rd jump. The attack did 7 hearts of damage. If these combos
Wait.
get any harder, I could risk losing all 10 hearts in one attack.
I was gonna say
But
they
if I
healed
land
it.
one more attack, I should win the battle. And the only way to attack in this position is to do a harder jump than that one. Okay, it's time for a terrible idea. I built the same attack, but added a 360 to the 5-block diagonal jump. Let's go. I cannot believe that worked.
This is a level of parkour I have not yet seen.
The risk paid off, and the ice legend was
No one can do a
defenseless against the
360.
360.
Looks like you've won the first battle. I hope you know what you're doing.
Well, I forgot
You hope I
subtitles.
know what I'm doing? Wait, what does that mean? But before he could answer, the ice legend was gone, and the parkour battle was over. Why did the ice legend say that? What did he mean by that? I mean, I know I'm basically causing the destruction of parkour civilization, but I don't know how he would know that. Alright, doesn't matter. I'm still alive. The blocks I used to fight with disappeared from my inventory, and it was time to move on to the second battle. Going into the next fight, I realized I was wearing my chain boots the entire time. Since there was no point of trying to blend in anymore with the parkour fighters, I put back on my champion boots and started regenerating health. Okay, having full hunger makes me feel much better about these parkour fights. So basically, the only way I lose is if I get hit by an attack that does 10 hearts. So let's just try not to do that. It was time for the second fight. I threw in the disc and summoned the glass legend of parkour.
A glass
I'm
legend.
finally free. Let's
Yo,
go.
let's
The old
go.
man said I'd be gone for a while, but I didn't think it would be that long.
Wait. Did you
The-
say the
the old man
as in
tracked
the parkour
him.
champion old man? How do you know him?
Bro, I'm not here to answer any questions. I'm just trying to parkour battle.
Okay, I'm not sure what's up with these parkour legends, but they clearly don't like to talk about anything. But I always say you have to parkour for the truth sometimes, so let's go and do that. I turned around and the glass legend already had an attack built, but he failed the attack.
Huh?
It was now my turn, and beating the ice legend with a 360 made me realize something. These legends were parkour champions a long time ago, and parkour jumps have evolved so much since then, which is why it was time to start attacking with jumps from the new age. I attacked
Oh,
with a
true.
1.5 block backwards diagonal jump. Even when the fate of the world is on the line, I'm not afraid to hit him with the Evbo special, and it was no surprise that the glass legend didn't even get close.
Bro, why are you so good?
I started
Why are you
setting
so
up a more
good?
difficult parkour combo. If my parkour math is correct, this attack should be enough to win. Come on, 360, 2-block, 360. Oh, let's go. I gotta
way.
say, I love parkour battles. As expected, the glass legend of parkour looked very discouraged, and I had a feeling the battle was already over. He set up the jumps, and he failed the first 360. Okay.
360s
hey,
are
no
like
offense,
a-
but
a
how did
trump
you become
card.
a parkour champion?
Alright, yeah, I wasn't cut out for such an important job. Alright, bro, I hope you know what you're doing.
Alright, bro.
When you see the next parkour champion, can you, not mention my name?
Wait, why is this such an important job? And he's gone, of course.
Huh?
Why do I have a feeling that there's something important they're not telling me? The glass legend
Seems like
said
the old man.
old man said he'd be gone for a while, but what does that mean? But that's when I
They were
remembered
put in place to
Seiwat's story.
protect
If
the
old man
barrier.
did erase this entire level of civilization, maybe the parkour legends knew about it. Okay, I could be onto something here, but let's just get past this third battle. I threw in the disc and summoned the third legend of parkour.
So, it looks like you are almost at the
Pepe!
top. The battles must be tiring you out by now.
I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, the ice legend was kind of
He's
hard,
a
but the
cute
glass
little
legend
people.
didn't really fight back that much.
Bro, he was the second battle? That guy was only the parkour
He's so
champion for 2 hours
cute.
before I beat him. He's terrible. Alright, whatever. I can promise you you're not making it past me.
Bro, parkour champion for 2 hours? That's embarrassing. I'm kind of surprised he even got there in the first place. It was time to battle the crystal legend of parkour. Crystals are some of
Right.
the blocks that don't exist in parkour civilization. So as of now, I have 0 experience with building crystal parkour jumps, but I had a feeling I was gonna have to adapt quickly. The crystal legend built a 3-jump parkour combo that looked like something I've never done before. I made the first jump, but I just barely missed the second jump. The attack did 7.5 hearts, so I was still alive, but it was not a good confidence booster. The Crystal Legend immediately went into his second parkour combo attack, but that's when I saw the perfect opportunity to put the battle in my hands. I built the exact same parkour combo as he did, and went back to my strategy of adding the Evbo signature move whenever it was possible. Changing the first jump to a 360 put the battle back in my favor. Surprisingly, the Crystal Legend made the
almost
360,
did it.
but didn't get enough momentum for the second jump. My strategy was working for all of the parkour legends, so why change? I attacked with a backwards 2-block jump into a backwards 360. Honestly,
No
I don't
way.
even know how I made that parkour combo. Once again, the Crystal Legend of Parkour was defenseless.
Well, there's nothing to say, except I hope you know what you're doing.
Wait, what do you mean?
Good luck.
And just like that, the battle was won. But that was the second parkour legend to tell me that they hope I know what I'm doing. I just don't get it. I feel like the answer is right in front of me, but I can't make sense of anything. The parkour legends don't want to
I feel like you shouldn't
why? As far as they're
open the
concerned,
door.
I'm just trying to open the door to get back to parkour civilization. This doesn't make sense, but let's just get this last battle over with. I threw in the disc to summon the final legend of parkour, the legend of Neo Jumps.
Well, this is unexpected to be sure. Nevertheless, here you are. This is the last battle to open the door. I wish you the best, whatever the outcome may be.
Wait, before we
I hope
start,
you know
can
what
you
you're
just
doing,
tell me what
bleh.
the old man has to do with all of this? I know there's something.
I'm afraid that's not for me to say, but if all goes right, you will never know.
I thought making it to the final parkour legend would give me some answers, but it looks like that's not going to be the case. The two outcomes are I either live without the truth or die without the truth, so obviously I'm going to choose option 1. In this final battle, the Neo legend let me attack first. I started off the battle with a 2-block Neo jump.
I mean, they
but
should
the
be able to do
parkour
that.
legend didn't look worried. He built the attack, but then added on another Neo jump to the end. Just by the look of it, I already knew that this attack would deal heavy damage if I failed it. But likewise, if I make a harder jump and I make it, I could end this battle with one attack. Alright, that sounds like a plan. Let's do 2 double Neos. I made the jump harder and I went for it. Come on! No! I hit the wall on the
Oh my
second
God.
jump, missing the counterattack, taking 9 hearts of damage. If that parkour attack was even slightly harder, my journey would have been over. But the important thing is it's not, and I must keep fighting. Unfortunately,
many.
I was already under pressure again, facing an attack of 6 Neo jumps in a row. Okay, nice and easy, one at a time. 3, 4, come on, just one more. Please, no! I saw my life flash before my eyes as the attack took me down to half a heart. I was losing this battle, and if it keeps going this way, one more attack will be the end of me.
Neos are
As
their
of now,
weakest
I don't
jumps.
see how I can beat the Neo legend at Neo jumps, which means I know how
Do
this is
other
gonna
jumps.
end. If I want to open that door, I'm gonna have to do something extremely reckless. This is quite possibly the worst idea I've ever had. I watched as the Neo legend built his next parkour combo, but I wasn't even worried about that. I knew he would make the jumps. After all, Neo jumps are his specialty. What I was worried about was my jump. I don't know if this is possible, but all I know is that if I make it, I win. Of course, if I don't, well, we already know how that goes. It's hard to rationalize this decision because I'm basically doing all of this just for Seiwat to destroy parkour civilization. But it will save my friend and give me time to find a way to save the world later. Alright, time to make this impossible jump. I mean, this jump could potentially change our understanding of Okay, I'm just gonna jump. I jumped off the platform doing a 180 and traveled around the block backwards.
No
Yeah, of
way!
course. What was I thinking? Journey is
No
over because I
way!
thought I could do a backwards Neo jump. Wait. I'm alive. I actually did it. By some miracle, the backwards Neo jump changed the entire parkour battle.
I have nothing left to
Whoa.
say, except I yield. I don't know who you are, but I hope you have the strength for what's to come.
The Neo legend forfeited the battle
Damn.
and it was over. I had beaten all 4 parkour legends and the door at the top of the staircase was open. I survived, and now there was a way back to parkour civilization. Except for a second, I forgot that I wasn't gonna be the one going back. I had just barely finished the battle, but Seiwat was already waiting for me. Oh man, well, I survived, but now I have to watch parkour civilization be destroyed. I walked into the hallway that was at the top of the parkour temple. This reminds me of all of the times that I ranked up in parkour civilization. Not that it
But no
counts for anything,
boots.
but it's kind of cool that I ranked up again in a way.
I want you to know that everything I told you was true, except I left out one thing.
Couldn't have seen that one coming. All right, what is it?
The old man's fight was supposedly with his friend.
With his friend? Okay.
Friend?
Is there a point you're trying to get at? I mean, are you about to come out with some crazy
And
take
he's
about how,
also
like, we're
old.
friends and we fight all the time, but it's okay? I mean, you're literally about to destroy parkour civilization.
They probably just
I
as old
never
as the old
said
man.
I would be the one to destroy parkour civilization.
Wait, what? So, what does that mean? I started thinking about what Seiwat just said. The old man had a fight with his friend? Why does that mean something? Wait, what did that old woman at the library say? She thought she knew me, but how could she?
I never blamed you for what you did. I know it was a tough decision.
Okay, this woman does not know who I am, but I have no clue what she's talking about. She knew where my friend was too. She gave me the book that talked about the prison he was in.
I assume you're here to get your friend, correct?
My friend? You know where my friend is? Wait a minute. When I saw her, I wasn't wearing my chain boots. I was wearing my champion boots.
When the old man used the command blocks to wipe out this entire level, including everyone in it.
I never blamed you for what you did. I know it was a tough decision.
The woman didn't know me. She thought I was the old man. And if she thought I was the old man, she wasn't talking about my friend being imprisoned.
The old man's fight was supposedly with his friend. Can you believe that? The old man let his battle with one person cause my parents and plenty of others to die.
The old man removed this entire level of civilization to imprison his friend. Getting to the top of this temple was never a way back to Parkour civilization. It was a prison, and that means Seiwat's plan was never to get out. It was to help free
Someone
the person
else
that
got
the
out.
old man banished from Parkour civilization. What have I done?
So, the old man is gone.
Who's that?
That's a shame. If only he was around to see what I'm gonna do to Parkour civilization.
Who is that?
This is it. One final parkour battle to save the world. The fate of Parkour
No
civilization
way.
is in my hands now, and my opponent is one of the most fearsome parkour fighters in all of history, and I was the one who helped him escape. I defeated every parkour legend thinking that I was helping Seiwat get back to Parkour civilization. I thought he was gonna be the one to destroy the world, but it turns out that was never his plan to begin with. His plan was to get me to unleash something even worse.
The evil
Someone
friend.
who had been banished to this lost civilization. What have I done? Coming to this civilization was a mistake. I don't know who this person is, but
Free
if the
the
old
devil.
man wiped out this entire level just to imprison his friend, it was probably for a good reason.
That plan took a lot of, well, planning. And now, you get to watch how beautifully this unfolds.
You must be very proud. Your plan was perfect. You have everything you need. So, now, give me back my friend.
Whoa, not yet, buddy.
Whoa.
Got one more thing to do first. Why don't you go introduce
What?
yourself to the villain of Parkour?
The villain?
The villain of
I
Parkour?
walked up the steps to see the prisoner completely surrounded by lava.
It
I
doesn't
hear
look like
you
they
were
can do
friends
anything.
with the old man. That makes two of us. I'm surprised he didn't throw you away like he did to me.
If you were actually friends with the old man, then explain all of this. Why would he wipe out an entire level of civilization just to imprison one
you.
person?
He was scared of what I had discovered. What was the term he used again? An illegal form of parkour.
Illegal
forgive me for
form
not
of
understanding,
parkour?
But you said an illegal form of parkour? What could you have discovered about parkour to make it illegal?
It's time.
What?
What I discovered is time. Since the beginning, parkour battles have always been one move after another, until I realized that they never had to be. You see, if you challenge someone to a race, it's the ultimate form of parkour fighting. It's the idea that you are willing to risk everything, that you will not only make the jumps, but you
Parkour
make
racing?
them faster than your opponent.
A parkour race. When
Well, that's
I
kinda like the
came
first
to this
one.
level of civilization, one of the fighters challenged me to a battle. He said that the battle would start and end on a single block. And when I didn't do the jumps, I would have died if it wasn't for my totem of undying. That wasn't just a regular parkour battle. That was a parkour race. How was an attack like that able to do 10 hearts?
Racing has no limits. Once you challenge someone to a race, you either win or you die. No
Whoa.
in between.
If that's
No
true,
wonder
then
this illegal.
someone with that type of power could take over the entire world. No one would be able to fight back. And that's exactly why Seiwat's breaking him out of prison. The old man must have known that parkour racing could destroy thousands of lives. That's why he went through such great lengths to make sure that this type of parkour never made it back to Parkour civilization. But now it's too late. I let this evil back into the world. What do you want? What are you even gonna do to Parkour civilization?
I'm going to do what I'd set out to do a long time ago.
Race.
Enlighten the world with my new form of parkour battles.
I turned around to see that Seiwat had built a
Oh
parkour
my
attack,
gosh.
but this was something I've never seen before. Seiwat said there's only one more thing I have to do. If I get hit by this parkour attack, he'll give me back my friend. What is this attack? Why are there armor stands? And why do you need to hit me with the attack?
You know, I can't beat you in a fair fight, and I just want to land a good hit on you.
I can't believe that even after Seiwat's plan worked, he still feels the need to prove that he's better than me. But it doesn't really matter at this point. He has my friend, and I have to deal with whatever he throws at
He
me
doesn't
so I can get him
understand,
back.
though.
He could be lying. This attack might be enough to kill me, but I was willing to take that chance. Thankfully, it barely did any damage. Okay, great. You got the satisfaction of hitting me in a parkour battle, so can we be done now?
Who knew? Armor stand attacks can take the boots right off of a player. Even champion boots.
In Seiwat's hand was a pair of champion boots. And they weren't just any pair. They were mine. My champion boots were gone. Just taken straight out of my inventory. How is this possible? What are you planning to do with those?
You can relax
my
now.
God.
Your time
Hi,
as the
Barney.
champion is over.
I watched as Seiwat walked over to the parkour villain and threw the champion
gave
boots
them
at
the
his feet.
boots.
Oh no, this is not good. If the parkour villain gets access
my
to the
God.
command blocks, there would be no stopping him.
Well, this is my ticket home.
And just like that, I was no longer the parkour champion. I just gave the most
my
dangerous
God.
player in the world unlimited food and access to the blocks that control parkour civilization. Seiwat handed him blocks, and at that moment, I
The
knew
old
my
man would
journey
be
was
so
coming to an
ashamed of
end.
them.
Now, before I return to parkour civilization, I need a good fight.
Yep, this is the end for me. Throughout
I
my
mean, they
life,
might be
I've
rusty.
overcome the most difficult situations, but this is a fight that I don't think I can win. I've never even done a parkour race before, and I'm fighting against the person who invented it. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I have to find a way to be faster than the parkour villain. The odds are stacked against me, but as long as I'm still here, I'll never stop fighting to save the world. Well, let's do this.
I have to say, I'm going to enjoy watching this. I finally get to see you crumble.
I don't
You
understand.
prepare
I'm
for
alright.
a parkour race. You've served your purpose in this life. I offer you a quick and merciless death.
The parkour villain didn't challenge me to a battle, he challenged Seiwat.
What?
Whoa, 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 what are you doing?
What?
I'm the one who helped you escape. You, clearly made a mistake. I'm, just gonna take off before I... What's happening to me? Why am I stuck? I can't move.
I watched as Seiwat tried to run away, but he couldn't. Whatever the parkour villain was doing brought him back into the battle. It was like a force he couldn't escape. What was this power? I
What?
didn't even know what to think. Just a moment ago, I thought I was about to die. And now I'm watching one of my greatest enemies fight for his life. The parkour villain didn't even start the race yet. He was just watching Seiwat.
He
But
knows
then
he's gonna fail
took
it.
off. Before this, I had never seen someone
Oh my
move
God.
so effortlessly through a parkour course.
Cave,
Within the
I
blink
slept
of an
until
eye,
1:30
the parkour
p.m.
villain was
What have I
already
done
at
with
the
my
last
life?
jump.
Please.
1:30
That's like
13.
nothing.
TH, that's the number. Gulp asterisk 13. Bad luck, mate. Meow. Crying cat.
Oh, wait. He's right. 13. Unlucky.
Don't. I'll do anything. I'll work for you. Just let me live.
Uh-oh.
Villain made the last jump, and the race was over. Seiwat lost.
I suppose
Goodbye,
I had this
Siwa.
coming for me, didn't I? For what it's worth, I was telling the truth when I said I enjoyed working with you.
And just like that, the parkour villain had claimed his first victim. Seiwat, the one who would betray me over and over, was betrayed by his own plan. Right when the battle was over, the parkour villain didn't even acknowledge me and started running away. He must know a way back to parkour civilization, right? If that's the case, then there's still a chance I can catch up
You
and
have to
battle
challenge
him
him to
before
a
he does.
race.
Bro, did he seriously jump off the temple with no water bucket? Oh man, this guy's insane. But I have to battle him, right? I'm not gonna lie, I was a little relieved that he chose to battle Seiwat instead of me, but I can't let him escape without at least putting up a fight. If I challenge him to a battle before he challenges me to a race, I might be able to keep the battle in my hands. The parkour villain has
true.
been trapped here for years, and he might know how to parkour race, but I'm gonna bet he's never battled against someone who can do 360s.
Lushy9 has
I made
rated
it
the
down
channel
to the
with
ground
3
level.
viewers.
Hi,
Our raid?
Lushy.
Oh no, not again. H hi there, Lushy9 and new viewers.
It's
P
okay.
please be gentle, no sudden movements. Asterisk hides in wall Tama, protect me from the raiders. Maya.
And I spotted the
Hello,
villain. He looked like he
welcome.
knew where he was going,
What's
so he
good?
must know the way back. He was fast, but I managed to keep him in my sights. I followed
Good
him
night,
all the
Star.
way
Yeah, I'm
until
starting
we
to get
hit the
sleepy
edge
too.
of this level of civilization. I don't understand. There's nowhere left to go.
Balls.
All right, let's not waste
Idini
any
has
more time.
resubbed for 7 months with message.
I
"Arrow."
did. Idony.
S 7 meters months? Oh no, N not the N number 7. TH thank you, Idony, for the resub. E every bit of support M means a lot. Aro? WH what does that mean? Me ya.
Thank you, Idony.
I only have one shot at
Thank you
this.
for 7
I
months
quickly placed
in
down
it.
3 blocks, and I attacked with 2 3-block 360s. This was it. The battle had started, and there would be no turning back now. This was life or death.
I was waiting for you to fight back. A neat little trick you did there with the 360s. Unfortunately, my knowledge of parkour is beyond your understanding.
The parkour villain didn't
No
even
way
look
he knows
surprised that
360s,
I
no way.
attacked him with 360s.
No way.
Oh no, what did I get myself into? I wasn't prepared for this. The parkour villain built a chest jump. And the worst part is he did a 360. That's impossible.
What?
I thought I was the only one who could do 360s. My attack was erased. It was all up to me to build a harder
Oh my-
jump now.
what?
The worst part about this fight is that we weren't on an even battlefield. If this was an ordinary fighting space, I would try the longest parkour combo I could do. But I don't have that option now. I just have to do one very hard jump. And that very hard jump is going to be the 3-block diagonal 360. I went for one of the hardest 360s I've ever done, and I made it. I still had a chance. But then, out of nowhere, I took damage. The jump I built wasn't harder than the jump he built. And I
No, the
lost
chest is
attack.
harder.
Just as I expected.
The villain was looking inside of the chest, and I knew something was wrong.
Your downfall was your inability to risk everything you had.
Risk everything I had? But that's when I noticed I had nothing.
emptied
Every
the
single
inventory?
thing I had in my inventory was
not the
gone.
chest
No water bucket,
steal.
no blocks to fight with. And that's when I knew the parkour villain stole all of them when he attacked me
Oh
with
my
the chest
God.
jump. This fight was over, and I lost. So that's it then, right? You have all of my blocks, I can't fight back. How are you even gonna get home?
These boots are the only way out of here. You could have left at any time you wanted. I suppose it was your destiny
What?
to deliver them to me.
Why aren't
he
you
knew they could
attacking me?
leave.
Why don't you just finish the job already?
The old man isn't around anymore, and the only one left to pay for his sins is you. I want you to know what it's like to suffer, to waste away here for years, to be forgotten
locking
just
him
like I
there.
was. Only when you are on your last breath, I will return to finish the job.
The parkour villain turned around and jumped into the air, disappearing. This was the end.
Could have
The
left all
champion
the
boots were
time.
the only way back to parkour civilization. Now I'm stuck here with nothing, and there's no one left to stop him.
Just like I remembered it.
Damn.
And now, it's mine.
Oh, well, here we are. This is my last chance to save parkour civilization. I have to be the one to summon the parkour god. Apparently,
What?
nobody has ever successfully summoned him before, but I've met him. I know he's real, and I just need him to come back one more time. Because, let's face it, I destroyed the world. I let one of the most evil parkour villains escape, and death and destruction follow him everywhere he goes. I thought I was the champion of parkour, but my parkour abilities
Gun
were nothing
parkour, that's the
compared
next
to the
part.
parkour villains. I was completely humiliated, like I was just another parkour noob, and all I could do was sit and watch as the
Damn.
villain took all of my blocks and escaped back to parkour civilization. And I was left here
What
to
civilization
suffer,
is he
just
gonna
like
be
the
coming
villain did
back
all
to?
of these years. In all of my time in parkour civilization, I've never experienced defeat like this. I mean, it only took one jump for the parkour villain to take every block I had. It was like he knew every move I was gonna do, and all I could do was just sit there and watch. I started grabbing every block that I could. Yes, it's true, I may be stuck here forever, but my friend is still in the middle of a parkour battle.
He
If I
kept playing the
gather
chest
enough blocks,
jump.
maybe he'll have enough resources to win. I just need these to not fall in the void. Okay, well, I guess 2 chests is all I have. Alright, so basically, my friend is gonna have to win the parkour battle in 1 attack. And of course, that is if he's even alive still. I started making my way back
I
to
mean,
the
he
parkour
could win
temple.
with a chest
Fortunately,
jump.
when I got there, I saw that my friend was still floating over the void. I didn't have a plan. I was gonna have to use the 2 chests
Pizza
and
or
improvise. But
what
that's
kind
when
of
I
stuff do you have in your
remembered this wasn't
fridge?
my only option. There might be a way to get more blocks. I
I
almost
ordered
forgot
food
that
'cause I was
had
sad,
an ally.
so-
We got separated when I fell into Seiwat's trap, but he still should be alive. I went
Ordering
to the
food
place
on-
where my
on days
ally
when
was
you
going
want to is
find
fine.
Seiwat, and I found him standing in the middle of the battlefield. Hey, are you alright, man? What happened here?
It was an ambush. I thought I would find Seiwat here, but all I found was a fight. I barely survived, but I have nothing left. No more blocks to fight with.
Well, that answered my
completely
question.
out.
The only other place I know of blocks is at the very top of the parkour temple, but I don't have a water bucket anymore. It's just too risky. If only I could get the parkour god to come back and help us out or something. Other than that, I have no ideas.
Wait, you might be onto something. If you actually believe you can summon the parkour god, then follow me.
Wait, I was kind of joking, but alright. I started to follow the parkour fighter. At first, I thought we were going back to the library, but then I
So the
realized
god
he
is
was
on
going
this level?
further than that. A few moments later, we arrived at a building, and I saw a giant statue of the parkour god.
The netherite
parkour
boot
fighter
god.
said that people would come to this building to try to get their prayers answered by the parkour god. Okay, so you said people would come here all the time, and they just summoned the parkour god?
People would come here, yes, but no one has been able to summon the parkour god.
They would just pray to
the
them.
last jump you need to do is to jump into the void, and no one was willing to.
Great, so I have to die to summon the parkour god. Well, I mean, I'm stuck here forever, so it's either die now or die later.
If you do choose to go for it, good luck. I'm gonna go look for more blocks. It's been nice knowing you.
Okay, if I didn't know any
Hi.
better, I would say that his tone sounds like he thinks I'm not coming back. So, from what I know, no one has been able to
No
summon
one's
the
done that.
parkour god because of the last jump in this course. But I have some idea that it might be different for me. Back in Parkour Civilization, no one even thought the parkour god really existed. But I saw him with my own 2 eyes. He gave me the champion boots to save the world. He came back before to save my life, and maybe he'll do it one more time. And who knows, maybe if he does show up, he'll give me blocks, and he'll show me a way out of here. I just have to make sure not to miss a single jump before I even get to the summoning part. I barely made 2 3.5 block vertical jumps, and now I had to do, of course,
Water
parkour.
jumps.
You know, you would think jumping into the void would be enough, but no.
Nope.
Instead,
You also
I
had to
have
prove
to not die
yourself.
accidentally, and then I have to die on purpose. How does that make any sense? When I first arrived on this level of civilization, I was forced to do water jumps to escape. And now, hopefully, this is the last time I'll be doing water jumps. I made the last jump, and I was standing at the base of the parkour god statue. A few feet in front of me stood a door, and when I walked up to it, it opened, just like all of the parkour temple doors
What
did.
if there's actually
I
a
walked inside
barrier
the
down
room, and
there?
I saw nothing. All that was inside this room was a giant hole in the middle of the floor, and of course, it went straight to the void. And this is the part when I began to realize that I think my ally was telling the truth. Unless I could somehow miraculously make a 5-block jump, it seems pretty clear that the only thing to do here is to jump straight into the void. Oh man, I can't believe I'm about to do this. Alright, parkour god, if you're listening, please send me some help. I backed up and I jumped into the hole with no blocks below me. But just as I was about to enter the void, I felt my feet hit slime blocks and I bounced up onto a ladder. Okay, that was not what I was expecting to happen. I didn't know how I was still alive. The blocks just appeared out of nowhere. Well, okay, if the parkour god's advice was to stop me from jumping into the void, I guess I got help. But I soon realized that my prayers were answered. Standing in front of me was a familiar figure, wearing diamond boots.
You know, it doesn't take much to convince you to jump into the void. You should really think these things through.
I don't get it. How are you standing there? I saw you die.
Hi,
How is
Oxy.
this possible?
You asked the parkour god for help, so he sent me.
The parkour god heard me.
You sent the old
Look
man?
like you've been through a lot. Let's talk.
So it is
Damn.
true then. You removed this entire level of civilization just to imprison the parkour villain? I mean, wasn't there any other way to stop him?
The only other way was to beat him in a parkour race, and I
Alright,
couldn't.
I'll be doing
So
it.
instead, I had to deal with the consequences of my actions my entire life. I'm sorry, Evbo.
It's fine. I actually understand. There was nothing you could do. I mean, if anyone's to blame in this situation, it's me. I was the one who let him out. Everyone in parkour civilization would have been fine if I wasn't so reckless. And now I lost my champion boots. Those were the only ticket out of here.
You may not
can
have
give
your
them
champion boots anymore,
theirs.
but there is still a way out of here.
I can go home? Tell me how. You know what they say, sometimes jumping in the void can save your life. I mean, no one has said that before, but in this case, it might have just saved mine. I have a way back to parkour civilization, but first, I just need to get my friend out of this parkour battle. I walked up to my friend, expecting to see the parkour fighter waiting with his attack. But
He's
he wasn't
gone.
here. What's going on? Where is the guy that attacked you?
You're not gonna believe this, but he fell in the void. From what I can see, he's never coming back. But
Why?
the problem is that his attack still stands, and I'm at half a heart.
The parkour fighter fell into the void during a battle, but even if he's gone, his attack might hit you if you don't do a harder jump.
Exactly. So that means the only way I can get out of this is if you build me a jump that's harder than the attack.
Alright, I got very limited blocks, so it's time to do some parkour analysis. I'm not gonna lie, this jump is going to be
Parkour
hard.
analysis.
The parkour fighter attacked you with a 3.5 block vertical jump. Okay, that's not great news, but I think we might just be able to work with this. I placed down one of the chests. Now, my friend could do a 3.5 block diagonal downwards jump. Okay, we still have a problem. Your jump is going downwards, and that attack is going upwards, which means yours is still
Gotta do
easier.
some
I
parkour.
don't see how I could use the other chest I have to build a harder jump, so that means you're not gonna like this. You have to do a 360.
No way, man. I can't do a 3.5
You can
block
do it!
diagonal 360. Are you crazy?
I'm sorry, this is the only way. You have to make this to survive.
Oh, I never thought it would end like this, but at least I'll go out doing a 360.
There was nothing more I could do at this point. All I could do was watch.
I wish you never made 360s.
I watched as my friend jumped and made the 360 onto the chest. For the first time in days, both me and my friend were safe. Let's go! See, not that hard. I knew you could do it. My friend was saved, and now there was only one thing left to do, and that was return to parkour civilization.
I didn't find any blocks, but it looks like you didn't need them anyways. So what happens now?
I may have a way back to parkour civilization, and the way back was in front of us the whole time. The old man told me there would be a room behind the champion statue inside the parkour temple, just like the secret room back in parkour civilization. Sure enough, the room was here, and it was nothing except for 5 parkour jumps. The old man apparently made this as a last resort.
So you're jumping in the void on purpose?
Apparently, and surprisingly for the second time today. The old man said that only by failing the 4th jump will I be able to make it back to parkour civilization. I gave my friends the blocks that I had. I would be going on this journey alone, so they were better off in their hands than mine. From their perspectives, they won't know if I had died or made it back home, so all they could do was just wait for me. My friend gave me his last piece of food to take on my journey. If I was gonna die in the void, I might as well not die on an empty stomach. Alright, let's jump into the void for the second time today. I'm really hoping I remembered the old man's words correctly. It was the 4th jump, wasn't it? Of course, there's nothing down there to let me know if I'm in the right spot or not. Wait, maybe it wasn't the 4th jump. Maybe it was the 5th. Oh man, why am I forgetting now? This was quite literally the only thing I had to remember. If I die and the entire world gets destroyed because I couldn't remember one number, well, I guess no one would know it was me, right? Okay, I just gotta choose one. I think it's number 4. This was it. This was the only way back. And the only way back was to fail a jump. Let's just hope I failed the right one. I was falling through the void, but then I felt ground under my feet. When I jumped, I thought my journey was over, but I soon realized that there was more to my story. I was standing in the place where my journey first began. This was my home, parkour civilization, and I was gonna be the one to save it again.
But this time the villain's in charge.
Today could very well be my last day in parkour civilization. If I want to save the world, I'll have to risk everything. I was the one who let the parkour villain escape.
That's a good question,
and if he gets his
Fishing.
hands on the command blocks, he'll be able to destroy the world. So, plan A, I cannot let him get to the top of parkour civilization. But it was at that moment I realized my plan might have already been over. I was down at the noob level of parkour civilization, but no matter where I looked, I saw nothing. Every building that used to be here was just gone. I could tell by the holes in the ground that a neighborhood used to be here. This was the neighborhood where I grew up in, and it's all gone. I knew that this only meant one thing. The parkour villain has already made it to the top and is using the command blocks to reshape parkour civilization. Oh man, this is not good. Well, plan A is out the window. It's time to start thinking of a new one. It's crazy to think that my entire life started in this temple. If I had never failed this 1-block jump at the beginning, I don't think I would have become the parkour champion that I am today. I might have just lived my life as a parkour pro, comfortable and happy. But where would be the fun in that? At least now I get a near-death experience every 5 minutes and credit for saving the world. Hopefully twice if I pull this one off. I made it up to the pro level of Parkour Civilization. I looked around and nothing seemed different, except for the fact that, well, the statue didn't have my head anymore. Alright, I'm gonna guess that was a personal design choice by the parkour villain himself. Just like the noob layer, everything I remember from the pro layer was gone. Except this layer was different, and now there were buildings that I've never seen before.
What are
this is
those?
the spot where all of the pro houses should be, but now there's just one platform with parkour jumps on it. And not only that, the parkour jumps are identical to each other. This wasn't just a fight, this was a parkour race. I thought back to what the parkour villain said. He said that he wanted to enlighten the world with his new form of parkour. If I had to guess, I would say he did just that. All of the buildings surrounding the platform looked like prisons, but after checking every one of them, there was no one inside of them.
Too late, everyone's already
I
dead.
couldn't help but think of two terrible ideas of what happened. Either one, the parkour villain wiped out every pro by himself, or two, he made the parkour pros fight each other. No matter what happened, the fact remains that the prison cells are empty, so that leaves me to believe that the pros are gone. But that doesn't mean that the parkour masters are. If the outcomes I believe happened were true, it makes sense. The parkour pros wouldn't stand a chance against the parkour villain, but the parkour masters know how to fight. And if they can fight, maybe there's a chance that they've been able to stay alive. I made it up to the master level of civilization. Only one more layer and bro, really? My statue got destroyed again? Alright, once I get my hands back on the command blocks, I gotta build like 50 of those. Even though I was on the master level of civilization, everything looked exactly the same as the layer below. The entire parkour city I worked so hard to make was completely wiped out. And once again, replaced with a platform that had parkour race courses on it. I looked around but didn't see anybody. But that's when I realized that these prisons were different than the layer below. All of these prison cells still had doors on them. The masters might still be alive.
You just don't know when to give up, do you?
Standing directly behind me was the parkour villain himself.
I can only imagine you escaped with the help of the parkour god. That is quite unfortunate.
I wasn't expecting the fight to get here so soon,
Actually,
but here
it was the old man.
It's time to risk everything to save parkour civilization. Alright, let's parkour race. This course right here.
I'm afraid not.
What?
What?
No!
Why not? So now you're too scared to fight? What happened to all the stuff you were saying about willing to risk everything? Sounds to me like you think you're gonna lose.
You of all people should know that course is below people like you and I. If I were to race you, the course would be terrifying. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to use the command blocks to wipe you out for good. You can try to stop me, but it looks like your hands are full.
Well, he's not allowed to
refuse. He wasn't even gonna fight me. He was just gonna wipe me out with the command blocks. What did he mean when he said it looks like my hands are full? But at that moment, I heard something, and I looked over at one of the prison cells. One of the doors had opened, and standing in the doorway was a parkour master. He started jumping towards me. Hey, what's going on? Are you alright? What happened to all the other parkour masters? Are they still alive?
I'm sorry, Evbo, but the new champion has ordered me to race you in this parkour course.
He ordered you to race me. Why would you do that?
If I don't, he'll race me himself. And I don't want to end up like the others.
Then don't, okay? Look, as soon as you challenge me to a parkour race, one of us will die. And you're not gonna beat me, so why don't you just give me time to defeat the parkour villain, and then we'll all be okay. Just don't challenge me and trust me, I can do this.
I'm sorry, Evbo, but racing you seems like my best option to stay alive. I challenge you to a parkour race.
And just like that, after those words were said, I could do nothing. Both of us were locked into a parkour race, meaning once one of us finishes the course, the other one will die, no matter what. This is exactly what the parkour villain wanted. He introduced this illegal form of parkour, and now he gets to watch and laugh as I fight to the death with the people that I'm trying to save. The worst part is that the parkour villain knows that these parkour masters are no match for me. All he wants is to watch me suffer as I eliminate my friends. After doing the last two neo jumps, I knew the parkour race was over. Part of me wanted to just stop right here before the last jump and let the parkour master win, but I knew I couldn't. If I ended my journey right here, then no one would be able to stop the parkour villain, and many more lives would be lost. After I made the final jump of the parkour race, the parkour master was gone, and the fight was was over. But the fight against the parkour villain hadn't even begun. If I don't get to the top of parkour civilization quickly enough, the villain will use the command blocks to delete me from this world, and I'll have no chance to save these people, which means there's no time to waste. The last time I saved the world, I actually had a plan, but now I have no plan, no blocks to fight with, and I just realized I have no way up to the top. Oh, I'm so done for. I didn't even realize that my champion boots were gone, and only the parkour champion can see the path up to the top.
No ways, you can do it from memory.
Doesn't mean it's not here. Oh no, I have a really bad idea. Okay, I'm 99% sure this is where the first jump starts. If I get this wrong, well, it was a good life. I jumped into the air expecting to be falling, but I wasn't.
He's doing it from memory.
Parkour civilization was here. I just couldn't see it without my champion boots on. If this idea didn't work, saving the world would have been impossible. But now it's just slightly less impossible. Oh man, I have to do so many invisible jumps. Oh, this is not gonna be easy. Only thing I could do was rely on my memory of the parkour course up to the top. Luckily, I've made this journey numerous times over the course of my life, but still, jumping on invisible blocks is very much not preferred. Only a few more jumps and I was inside the parkour temple. But with how long this journey has been taking, I feel like I could be deleted in any second. After all, the parkour villain does specialize in racing. I made the final jump and I was inside the parkour temple. With no sign of the parkour villain, I can only assume he made it to the top, which means this could be the end for me. Well, if I randomly disappear, I guess I get to add an invisible parkour course to my list of accomplishments. But I wasn't gone yet. I scaled the temple until I was at the very top. He must be on the command blocks, right? There's no way he... Wait, what?
What is he doing?
On the other side of the parkour temple, there was some structure built, and the parkour
He built the race. He decided.
So I take it there's a reason I'm still alive. What? Did you want to get one last supervillain monologue before you use the command blocks? Oh my god, he wants to race him.
I was never going to defeat you like that. I just needed you to follow me. Now you will experience the true pain of a parkour race.
I now realized what the
oh my god, it's gonna include every element that they've trained on.
It was a parkour race, and it would be my last chance to save parkour civilization. Some part of me was relieved, because if I was gonna be deleted by the command blocks, well, I had no plan to stop that. But now, the course of action is simple. Win the parkour race.
This is without a doubt the most difficult race in parkour history. I want you to feel the sense of dread as you watch me get closer and closer to the finish line, knowing no matter how hard you try, you will never catch up to me. I commend you for making it this far, but I cannot entertain this any longer. Let's begin.
This was it. The hardest parkour race in history, against one of the most fearsome parkour fighters of all time. There's nothing to save me now. Miss one jump and it's over. Make the jump slower than the parkour villain and I die. Meaning I can't hold anything back in this fight. Maybe I'm not good enough to beat the parkour villain, but someone once told me that as long as you can parkour, there is always a way. The parkour race had begun. I did the first 3 jumps without stopping, but the parkour villain had matched my speed. This race was only gonna get more difficult, and the only way I could get a lead on the parkour villain is by doing the most difficult jumps with virtually no stopping. I barely stayed on after the ice block jump, and now it was time for a chain neo, which the parkour villain did effortlessly. I made the chain neo myself and made the drop down to the ladder. It was time to speed things up. I made a 4.5 block jump into a 6.5 block jump onto a candle. Now was my time to take the lead. I quickly made the 2 block neo jump and immediately went on to the glass jumps. The parkour villain told me I lost the battle with him before because of my inability to risk everything I had. But right now, in this battle, I wasn't holding anything back. I stopped at a difficult neo jump. I needed momentum for this. I looked back and I had a sizable lead against the parkour villain.
He's letting him have a lead.
I went backwards 1 jump and used the momentum to make the 3 block neo jump. This was my time. This was my... And that's when my heart dropped. The feeling of hope I had in this battle came and went in seconds. My side of the parkour battle wasn't finished, and the end to the race was just a few jumps away. I was set up from the beginning. The parkour villain never intended on me finishing this race. He got what he wanted, and that was to make me suffer. All I could do from this point on was watch as my life slowly came to an end. This was how I was gonna go out.
You fucking cheated!
The parkour villain would make it to the platform, and my life would cease to exist. To be honest, with everything that's happened in my life, I didn't think I would make it this far. With every battle and every parkour course I've had to do, I always thought that a jump would be my last. And you know what? I've made some pretty impossible jumps, which is why I'm not gonna leave parkour civilization by just standing still. I'm gonna end this journey with one final jump. So, this is what the end feels like. Wow, feels weird. It feels like I'm still alive. No, but I'm probably dead, right? Yeah, I'm definitely dead. I mean, I jumped into the void. How would I not be dead?
You are very much still alive.
In that moment, I heard a voice that I've heard one time in my life before. It was the voice of the parkour god. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you say I'm alive? Wait, how is that even possible?
Why did you jump?
Why did I jump?
You knew there was no block to land on, yet you jumped anyways.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I had no options, and didn't you hear my inner monologue? I kind of wanted that to be my last jump in Parkour Civilization.
That's not it. You were prepared to sacrifice your life for Parkour Civilization, and perhaps I
was willing to
should do
risk
the
it all.
same.
I'm sorry, Mr. Parkour God, but if I'm still alive, does that mean there's still a way I can go back and save the world?
You may leave anytime you want. Just fail a jump and you can go back.
I can go back and save everyone. Thank you, Parkour God. I promise I won't waste this chance.
So eager to leave already? I guess my golly words are of no value to you.
No, that's not it. Sorry, I thought you were done. Please
Damn.
continue.
Throughout my life, I have never bothered to interfere with the events of Parkour Civilization. I was afraid of what might happen if I were to introduce my power to the world.
Wait, but you gave me the champion boots last time I needed to save the world. Didn't you interfere then?
I was merely a messenger. The old man wanted his boots to go to you, and all I did was deliver them.
So why tell me all of this, and why bring me here?
Because I have found my successor. You have convinced me that there are those in this world worthy of wielding my power, and you will continue my legacy by inheriting this power and passing it on to future generations.
Whoa, okay.
He's
hold
gonna
on.
be the god.
You said I will inherit your power? What power is that?
You will become Parkour.
I'm sorry, did you just say
Become parkour?
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm a godly figure that rarely shows up. I'm not supposed to make any sense.
And just like that, the parkour god vanished into thin air.
Does he get his
I'm
boots?
gonna inherit the parkour god's power? What does this even mean? Okay, I guess now's not the time to think about it too much. All that matters now is that I can finish
it just
this
gonna be
race
creative
and
mode?
save the world. From the beginning, I've always had to jump to
can
survive.
you
And
place
well,
any blocks
I'm
he
still
wants?
jumping.
What are they gonna do? Oh, cinematic! Ooh! Oh! Boots! He can place them!
How did I just do that? Did the parkour god just put the ladder here for me? Oh, I am still alive.
He is
I'm
the
still
parkour
alive.
god.
How is this possible? Wait, netherite boots? No,
The
I'm
next
the one
block.
who made the ladder.
He can place the
That's
blocks!
impossible.
No, it is definitely possible. Now, let's see how this works. All right, just place as I go. This is what parkour should feel like. Okay, what do we have here? I think I can build all that. I can see the finish line. I'm not giving up now. Come on, just 5 more jumps. Let's do this.
Oh! Oh! The 360! No way!
Oh, it's over. Oh my gosh, it's over. Oh, that one really came down to the wire. I kind of wish someone saw that 360 at the end. That was kind of cool. Oh, my body is sore. My shoulder kind of hurts from that ladder clutch. Should it be hurting? I thought I'm the parkour god now. I feel like I shouldn't be able to feel pain. Can I even die? Should I test it out right now? No, that's a terrible idea. I should not test that out.
Man, why do the command blocks have to be a 4-block jump?
It's not that hard. Come on, go
they're
get used to
making
it.
their
Besides,
friend
you're
the
the new
boss.
parkour champion. You should be doing that in your sleep. All right, let's see how this attempt went. Nope, you still messed it up again. Okay, so this time you built barely half a house, and it's also like 50 blocks up in the air. That's fine, don't sweat it. Not everyone gets it on their first try.
I don't get it. I'm thinking of a house, and it's not building the house. Why are these things so hard to use?
Yeah, it's more of an imagination thing. I don't know, you just gotta think harder. I mean, I got it on my first try.
Think
Yeah, of
harder.
course you did, bro. So what are you gonna do now that the world doesn't need saving anymore? What are you supposed to do as the parkour god?
That's the thing. I don't have to do anything. If the world needs saving, I'll be there to save it. But for now, I just want to parkour. I've been a parkour noob. I've been a parkour pro, I've been a master, and I've been a parkour champion. And every one of those
Now,
roles came with expectations
the
about
parkour
where I should
god.
go or what I should do. But now, the only one to decide those things for me is myself. So, all I'm gonna do is parkour. And if that leads me back to saving parkour civilization again, then so be it. From now on, the only path I'm following is my own. I make my own jumps.
Sold.